What is up, everybody? Hello, Max, Demon Hunter, and Mugen. How are you guys doing? Getting here nice and early. So first things first today, let me go check on my mission table real quick. So the Demon Hunter area is a nightmare? Why is it so bad? What made the Demon Hunter starting area that bad? You feel a bit squishy until talents came up? Huh. I have not tried it since 735 actually. But alright. As far as like my weekly chest this week, I actually got not a huge upgrade, but I got this weapon. I had a 370 weapon, so I already had a pretty decent weapon, so I got this. I wish it would have been a shield, but not too bad. Not too bad. At least it's a good weapon with some haste on it, right? Verse, I'd prefer it to be mastery, but haste is up there as well. Not too bad. So here's... Oh, I was going to say this is what's first on the list today. Hitting Revered with Champions of Azeroth, and I just did it. I've been doing my mission table to try to get up there. Voldenai is next just because of tailoring. But let's go over to Silithus. So right now I'm item level 367, but look at my Heart of Azeroth. It's 352. It's been holding me back. And I know it. And yesterday, before raid, I did every Champions of Azeroth quest I could find, and I still wasn't able to hit Revered. I was about 100 to 200 reputation away. So now, I want to go do that. See how much of an item level bump up it's gonna be, because my average item level is 367 right now, and the only thing holding me back is my necklace, my boots 350, and my shield at 355. Those are the three big items that are holding me back. So if I get rid of one of them, we might hit like 369 maybe equipped. I don't know. We gotta see. We gotta see. You have a 345 weapon, Demon Hunter. Is that the one from PvP as well? Because if you do PvP, you can get a 345 as part of like this leveling up process. But yeah, oh wait, it's this one right here, 345 Dread Gladiators Decapitator. What's up, Sebastian? How you doing? 340 Azerite pieces. Yeah, I've gotten pretty lucky with Azerite. I'll agree to that. I've gotten pretty dang lucky when it comes to that. All right, let's upgrade this. Bring back artifact weapons. Oh man, I just think that Azerite gear should be easier to get. That's all. If they make Azerite gear drop from Mythic plus chests at the end of a run, even if it scales slower, or it's you know, it can't Warforge or Titan Forge just like right now, I'm okay with that. I just think there should be an area where I could farm all of my gear. Like, I could farm all the rest of it. Alright. It was a drop from Temple of Seth. Oh, man. So I'm 367. Alright. Come on, 369. What's up, Paulo? Bring back the investigations. The ones that multiply the AP you gain. Oh, that happens every week now. It's automatic, Sebastian. The research, every Tuesday you gain 30% more Azerite power or something like that. All right, come on. What's up, Paulo? What's up, nerds? How you guys doing? What's up, Red? Alright, unleash the heart, unleash the power. Come on, I gotta try to hit 370 today. I need to get lucky on some boots. Alright. 360. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did it already go up? It did go up. I haven't even... What? I didn't even complete the quest yet. I don't have to turn it in? I guess not. Okay. So we got the 368. Now I do have like a 5 item level upgrade, these pants in my bag, but I lose such a big amount of haste. I don't know if they're worth... I don't think they're worth it, to be honest. You still gain 170? Well, then what it might be is each level requires 30% less to level up, something like that. There should be like a 30% catch-up mechanic. If there isn't, then they're just lying to all of us, which, I mean, could be true, to be honest. Mythic Plus should aim at your lowest item level and give bad luck chance on Azurite pieces or weapons. Yeah, there's a lot of things they could be doing with their bad luck protection system as well. What's up, Ian? How you been, man? Ian, it's been a while. It's been a while, man. Whenever you upgrade your necklace, you / yell, "I have the power." 368. Flex on them with these bones. Flex on them with these bones like this. Like this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you like them bones. Alright. What do we got? What do we got today? So, my lowest key that I've completed is Atal Dazar and an Atal Dazar. So let's see. Does Atal Dazar have any boots or Atal Dazar? Atal Dazar has the shield, the pants, the gloves, the trinket, right, and the back. Like it has a lot of things. The boots are not that great here. Atal Dazar, do you have better boots for me? No, you don't. Although it does have Jess's Howler, which is also a cool trinket as well. But as far as best slot is concerned, Atal Dazar, not for me. Let's try to do an Atal Dazar. I don't even know where I'm going anymore. I don't even know what I'm clicking. Alright, so let's try an Atal Dazar. Atal Dazar, I want like an 8. Oh, here's an 8, but they have a tank. We might go find Atal Dazar then. Yeah, these all have tanks. From here on down, they all have tanks. Atal Dazar. This is a... Why is it King's Rest? I thought... I'm filtering. +9 Atal Dazar. Hey. There's one. What's up, N-Static? How are you doing? Serious question to everybody. Don't you guys feel like this expansion is harder and harder to get into pugs for Raid and Mythic Plus? Really? I think it's because I'm a tank. I don't have a problem finding a group, to be honest with you. Been watching other Prot Wars and realized that damn Beth is love and Beth is life. Red, thank you, thank you. I wish I had more time to watch other streamers and content creators, to be honest with you, but every now and then I'm all like wowed out. Like every now and then it's like this much time for raiding, and then I also did this much time of recording video content and then editing that content, and every now and then it's like there was already like an 8-hour section of WoW in my day. So then when I want to unwind and just, you know, watch someone else play something, if I'm eating or something like that, it's probably not going to be World of Warcraft. It's probably going to be something that doesn't remind me of work. So I wish I did have more time to watch people who do World of Warcraft stuff, but I don't typically watch too many other people at that point. No real high Atal Dazar or Atal Dazar keys. Something else I need is Underrot and Motherlode. Let's see, Underrot. I'm undead and mine fell off a while ago. I don't think I can join that group. I'm not. Sorry, man. I'm very sorry. Here, +7 and they have everything else in the group. right? They should want that. What was it? Motherlode. +9. 600 plus on IO. Aha, we got into the 9 Toll to Gore. Very nice. A +9 rip key to start the day. We're just gonna wipe. I'm just gonna run into the first crocodile and stand still and wipe to give you guys a rip key. I'm just kidding. Let's not do that. Toll to Gore is a shit show. I'm gonna jump in, Demon Hunter. Although I think Waycrest is probably worse. With all the little maggots, I ran a Waycrest last night with Dirk. Dirk, if you're watching, we ran in there, and all of the maggots end up bolstering as well. And we had a maggot with like +10 bolsters or something. The maggot was too big to fit into in the hallway. You know, like the top of the maggot was clipping. So Waycrest can get pretty bad too. Hello, mis hijos. What's up, Jesus? How you doing? Can't believe how bad pugs are at the third or last boss. And and Toll to Gore. Yeah, nobody does barrels. The more and more you do Toll to Gore, the more you realize that nobody does barrels. And I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure most people know what the barrels do because you have to dodge them. There's no way you don't know what they do. But I think most people just let them happen. And they're like, yeah, the barrels are gonna do barrel things. It's not worth my time to go out there and get them. It is fortified this week, right? It's fortified skittish, which are two things that don't affect the bosses. So if we talk about the third or fourth boss, fortified skittish, not gonna affect it. The last one is bolster, which also doesn't affect bosses. So this week is like bosses are just how your key is. So we have a +9 key that's gonna buff everything in general, and that's what's going to be affecting this. That's it. So nothing too crazy when it comes to boss fights this week. It's been months since you've seen me. Yes, it has, News Era. I actually Rex Troy released a video where he did, I think he did Mythic Talic with 20 other prop paladins, and I kid you not, News Era, the first thing I thought of when I saw that was you doing all tank runs, and I looked for your name. I looked for your name in that VOD. I was like, is he? Maybe if his name on a prop paladin sounds familiar, this sounds like something he would do. And I looked for you, but you know, it's been a while since you've been here, but you know, it's still on my mind, man. It's still on my mind. I remember. You feel like most people want to be carries, like they lost the feeling of going to raid with some randoms of guild and fight really hard for each fight, not just want to blow through the raids. Alright. Dungeon difficulty. It's already set to Mythic. I am on war mode on. Oh, this guy is too. We can summon people. Most people want to be carries. They lost the feeling of going to the raid with some randoms guilds and fight really hard. Oh, I see. I mean, I feel like that's been around for a while. You have to check a weak aura. It tracks your healer mana, so you don't have to look every time. It's called Healer Watch Mana Pool. I think Grid. So I don't mess with my add-ons enough, but I'm pretty sure on Grid I can also just have it show resource. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I gotta do it that way too. And the congregation all exclaimed, "Let it rip." Why can't I jump in? I didn't even get the error message that says a key is already in, oh, a mythic keystone's already in progress. I did get that. So it's a +9 because they failed it. The leader just said, "Don't come in." ... Okay, yeah, they got to reset it. Get 'em. Thanks for the sub, by the way. I appreciate it. Waycrest was easy last week with Necrotic. Last week was Tyrannical, Necrotic, and Raging. Second half of Motherlode is terrifying without a decent tank. I feel like that's in general. Somebody left the group? No. Okay. Somebody went offline though. I feel like in general, the second half of Motherlode is terrifying without a good tank. Just independent of affixes. And if you have something like teaming, it makes it even worse. What's up, Gyako Beck? How you doing, man? I'm doing all right. What's up, Hooves? Hooves, I saw your message. I don't think I'm gonna be doing islands today. I normally run islands on Friday. All right, let's buff everyone. That's all I've got. All I've got is this cry. We can do larger pulls on the beach if you want to skip stuff. Oh, by the way, guys, look. I finally got this. I got it yesterday. All right, I got my repair mount. I know. I'm a few years behind. And, yeah. I got it. And Static, you're talking about the trash? Oh, for Motherlode? Yeah, man. The trash on the second part. We can skip them with the Soulstone. Why do you want to skip all the trash? You need it.
Our target is being held within Toll the Gore.
Work has me all over the place, struggling to keep up with the Mythic Plus dealing with. Yeah, man. Pugging takes a lot out of you.
Make your way to the top floor, where the overseer. Relieve him of his key.
How do you feel about that 5% buffs? Yeezy, it's okay. I mean, I'll accept any buff, but it's not like hey guys, you know what, Prot Warriors, we're all set now. We're set. We're done. We're good. I went from I got about 10,000 health, so I'm now above 200,000, which is it's really nice being the last tank to hit 200k, even though I'm already sitting at 260 plus item level. So it's weird that it took so long to get to that high of an HP pool. But yeah, that buff, it's not a big deal. It's nice to have received a buff, but it's not the buff that's gonna be like, this is it, guys. This is what's going to make Prot Warriors come back now. This is the one thing we needed. But I mean, you know, the way I described it to someone earlier was it's a very, very small baby step in the right direction. That's all it is. Very, very small step in the right direction. Alright, my shield block is down. I'm just going to do a little bit of kiting here. They do have some stacks of bolster, but while my shield block is down, might as well utilize this range a little bit. So now they have 3 stacks of bolstering. This one's going to get 4, 5, and no, 4 actually. So it'll be okay as long as I'm blocking. Nice. So I don't want to overpull because of bolstering. Like, if this wasn't bolstering, and if it wasn't like necrotic or something like that, I would be pulling these Vice Jaws and the next ones too, the little crabs up ahead. But they are bolstering, so I don't want like a crab with 10 stacks of bolstering, right? Few years, literally like a decade, dude. It's been like. It's been at least 5 months, you know. I'll agree to at least 5 months. And that being said, yeah. I honestly kept forgetting. And yesterday, there was for some reason I needed a repair mount, and I was like, all right. Now it's fresh on my mind. Let me go get this mount. All right, fine. You guys win. I even had to look up who the vendor was for it, because I honestly forgot where the vendor was for that repair mount. I was like, I don't even remember who used to sell this. Wrath of the Lich King. Do I have to go over to Wrath of the Lich King land? Do I have to go visit Arthas and ask him for this mount? Alright. Time for the boss fight. Now, we do have the Pats that are coming around. Here, let me pick them up. Yeah, see, these guys are going to pick them up too. Yeah, these are, you know, they're no big deal. They're non-elite. But with the Sandstorm, since we have a higher level key, We don't have tyrannical, but we still have a higher level key, which means that the boss is going to last a little bit longer, which means that we might pull this, right? So might as well jump in. Okay, healer is sitting at a good amount of mana for this boss pull, so let's just pull. I'm like 10 years behind on the mount. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's the new mammoth. It's the mammoth that got introduced with all of the horses in BFA. I never had one. I never felt the need to buy one, but more and more recently, it's been a bigger headache to go repair. Oh, why would I run into that? The thing about those mounds is that they slowly increase in size. So like that one, I didn't think I was gonna clip it, and then all of a sudden, I did as it slowly increased in size. All right. Wow, we have some really good DPS on this run, by the way. Yeah, we have some really good DPS. Boss is already really low. So I did manage to get Victory Rush. So I used that to stay alive right there. Like that was, oh no, here's my death. Playing sloppy today. Playing very sloppy today. Gotta pick it up. It's not acceptable. What's up, Grouser? How you doing? Frost Mage is a must in Mythic Plus. Yeah, I've been playing my Frost Mage. It's really fun to play in Mythic Plus. Just throw out like a frozen orb. I like playing Meteor Crash. So it's like Meteor Crash, frozen orb, and that's all the deeps you need. All right, we do have a rogue for the skip, so that's also nice. What's up, Kodachi? How you doing? And if we don't sap this guy, he is sapped. Okay, I was gonna say if we don't sap this Vice Jaw, then we do pull him. But no, he got extra CC'd. He got frozen trap. He just got the woolly. Remember the longbow and the yak? Yak, I won't buy the yak for at least another 5 years, guys. So don't go expecting too much from me. Do you remember when those 20k were a high amount of gold? Oh, I remember, Sebastian. I still remember when the game first came out, having to ask a friend for the 60 gold for the regular non-epic land mount. I had to ask a friend for some gold. Yeah, I still remember that. I remember being really low, like I don't know, level like 20 something, leveling up in Westfall when I first started the game. And a buddy of mine went and played the auction house for a little bit, and he came back, opened up a trade window with me, and showed me like 20 to 25 gold, and I was like, how did you get that much gold? What did you do? What did you sell? What's going on here? Apparently he just like made a flip or something for a few gold, and I thought it was amazing. Any tips for Prot Warriors with this week's affixes? This week is just honestly focus on maintaining your block uptime, to be honest. Gnome saying if you have high amounts of bolsters, like this guy has 2 stacks of bolsters, no big deal, but the higher the bolsters go, the more critical it becomes to focus on that uptime. But yeah, it's just all about maintaining that. And when the pull first starts, it's not 100% critical, but as the pull goes on, it becomes more and more critical because you have the higher stacks of bolster. So even though overall damage taken per second might be similar because you're losing mobs as you gain bolster stacks, right? Some mobs start dying as you get bolster stacks. What ends up happening is it's more spike damage. So yeah, one thing I also recommend this week is for sure running Unstoppable Force. If you're not used to running Unstoppable Force, I highly recommend it this week because of Skittish. So you might be close to losing threat a few times. Oh, that was some FPS issues there. We've had a lot of ninja pulls this. I don't know who or how we keep pulling through the wall, but we do. And that's not cool. Here, let me hide inside this ring of peace for a little bit. See, this guy has 4 stacks of bolster. At this point, it's very important for me to try to maintain block uptime. That being said, I did pop a lot of cooldowns to stay alive already through all of this, and he's probably going to get the 5 stacks. So this guy might just take me out. There it is. He's sitting at 5 stacks, 6 stacks now. Like, this guy can kill me. But yeah, as far as any suggestions for Prot Warrior, run Avatar, use it as much as you can, and maintain your block uptime. Nope, they pulled. Somebody said, no, everybody come back, we need to kill these guys over here. And no, they pulled. Alright, so I'm gonna pop Spell. Oh no, I already did pop Spell. Like, let me LOS. I'm gonna LOS my healer as well a little bit, but it's all for the greater. Oh no, actually my healer's behind me. My healer was not there. Oh, somebody left already. Somebody left in the middle of that pull. Oh, okay. The warlock earlier in that pull said, "Don't pull the next pack. Come over here and pull these guys." And since we didn't, he actually left immediately in the middle of that pull. It wasn't even a wipe yet. All right. So that's a rip key, guys. You guys wanted a rip key? Oh, I am lagging. So the lag I was getting, the stream is getting lower frames as well. Huh. Let me see. I'm gonna take a look. Why are you being like this lately? Are you guys having like lag when it comes to seeing the stream right now? Oh man, somebody got mad that you didn't pull the trash that they wanted to. All right. Pull this trash or I leave. Did you already comment on the incredible prop buffs? I kind of did, Killian. It's whatever. I'm glad it's here. Yeah, better than nothing, I guess. But, you know, what we need is a redesign. You have to farm Razorfen Downs for small Radiant Shouts for 100. Oh man, what's up, Cass? How you doing? Does that Azurite trait that drops the HP pool stack? I do believe so. It's one of the secondary ring ones, right? I think all of those stack up. I think the only ones that don't stack up are every now and then you get the primary ones like Deafening Crash and stuff like that, and those don't always stack up. Those are the really powerful ones. Those aren't the ones that necessarily stack up. You sold all of your gear, everything, to get your first mount at 40. So there you were, riding a mount naked into the sunset. Unrelated question: what would you do if your friend got hacked? I'm asking for a friend. God damn it, Hector. Why? for oh man, I had no idea that old school RuneScape had that problem. 1 decade later, he got his mount. I'm telling you guys, I got it. Akura, what's up, man? How you doing? It's a hypothetical. Oh no, so who was laughing at it too? So yesterday, Hector and I were talking, and he said that he's playing old school RuneScape again. And I had no idea that the old school RuneScape community on Twitch had a problem where a bunch of fake streams pop up that have developer Q&A like every hour on the hour. So I sent him a link to one, and of course it had a scam on it, and yeah, that wasn't good. Trying to get a better computer right now. You nothing, man. Just trying to get some rip keys in, man. That's all. Make sure it's Mythic Plus. The boss is dying too quickly. It happened to me already. Yeah, that happened to me in the beta, because it was where we were We were pulling something, and I was like, why is this dying so quickly? And all of a sudden, it was heroic. What's up, JW? First time watching the stream? Well, welcome. Welcome to the stream, man. You remember the days when it was so hard to get gold that you had to choose what skills to buy? Yes, I remember that too. What did you miss? Yeah, just a really bad rip key, Max. Just a really bad rip key. I remember even seeing which skills had implications. Like, what is a rank 2 seal of command gonna give me? More damage when I judge? I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm hardly gonna judge it anyway because it goes away. So I'm just going to keep rank 1 seal of command up. It's also gonna help me save mana if I don't buy the new ranks using that rank 1. You can't notice it? Yeah, I keep saying the video output is low. You hate people leaving like that? Yeah, the guy said don't pull yet. Somebody body pulled that next pull, and they typed in too late, and then the person left. That was the rip key. You don't even need to pull the trash that he's talking about. Yeah, Kane, I know. I ran the dungeon enough times to know that trash isn't necessary, because I did the 4 pulls in the beginning, right before the first boss. I did the 4 pulls, so that should have been all we needed. But you know, everybody, what is it? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. That's just too many cooks in the kitchen. Let's see. Toldagor. Anything with the Toldagor? No, they're probably gonna have a. Here's the +8 Illidan. It's the same people, isn't it? It might not be the same guy. No, because it was a +9. So let's try to do an Atal Dazar. Do you think it's the second affix each week that makes pugs go crazy? At 355 item level, you can attack 5s, so 6 is a struggle. Should 6 be hard at your item level? At 355, Meatball, it shouldn't be. But this week isn't too bad. It depends on what class you play, right? If you play a Guardian Druid, you might have issues this week because of threat. But this week is skittish. So if you're the tank, this week that second affix should fall all on you. So you should be able to counter it if you know how to handle threat. We got Gahoon down to 17%, and the pepperonis got us. Oh, those pepperonis, man. You walk away for 5 minutes, come back, you're out of the dungeon. Yeah, somebody nerd raged. Like, it was a warlock, but I think I think in a previous life of his, he also used to tank, and he was like, pull this mob, and somebody body pulled a different mob, and he left immediately. So I think in a previous life, he was probably a tank. You expect the equivalent of old school RuneScape GP when classic drops? Probably. I expect it to play out very similar as well. You hate playing your rogue when you have everything done on your warrior. Why? Your guild is going to down it tonight and you're gonna miss it because you're going out of town, Max. That's why you have to like remote into your computer and just tag the boss once. You don't even need to remote in with any kind of substantial software. Remote in with your phone and then just tag the boss, and that's it. Sebastian, he's doing a heroic. Yeah, heroic. We killed Talek on Mythic, but that's lulz. Yeah. You've been farming Toldagor, and the body pulls are real and so annoying. Yeah, that one pull. So right before the end there, I don't know if it's the hunter. I don't know who can do that, but somebody was pulling all of the stuff that is inside of the jail cells. I don't know if it's the hunter shot, like if hunter cleaves go into that and just kind of aggro it, but somebody was pulling what's inside of those cages, which means that they can hit that. So it's really weird, man. No idea what was clipping him. Would I do a siege? Yeah, I can do a siege later on. Siege won't be too bad. From my heart, they took all the mills. Can't lose threat with Incarn up. True, but Incarn is a 3-minute cooldown. I agree with what Hoove said. You only have assassination gear and you like outlaw. Oh man. Although, with primary stat being such a big focus nowadays, I don't know if is it really that big of an impact having the perfect secondary stats? Although Azurite traits, I agree. If you don't have the right Azurite traits, Grouser on your right spec, it can have a big impact. You haven't even gotten into Uldir at all. People ask me to do 355 plus to get into normals. Yeah. There's I think most people nowadays, they just want to one-shot everything. So what I can tell you, Sebastian, is to start your own group and ask for 360 of everyone, and then you're just hanging out at like 330. Sometimes a rogue will open the cages without letting you know. I don't remember seeing those jail cells open up. Although I could be wrong, but I don't remember seeing them open up. What trinkets do I prefer? Right now, I have the Lingering Spore Pods, which I believe is from Underrot. And I have the Syringe of Bloodborne Infirmity. This is not that great. I'm not crazy about this one, right? Giving me critical strike. I do like this one, though. The Spore Pods, I like it. It gives me a tiny amount of self-healing. And sometimes it's happened before at the right moment. So this trinket, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of healing. Sorry, it's not a lot of healing. It's like 13k. But sometimes that 13k pops at the right moment. And right now, since Prot Warriors have no healing, 0 self-healing at all, this trinket I've actually really been liking. Besides that, I am taking... So this trinket is a 360, which is an item level downgrade from this guy right here, which is 370. But I'm not crazy about a trinket that just has an on-use with flat crit. It's not necessarily for me. Dark Moon deck worked out really well in the beginning for me. I think I kept it as far as like a 10 item level downgrade, but the Dark Moon deck blockades was actually really nice. But that being said, what trinket would be the best for me? The one that I'm really looking forward to getting, and hopefully I get it one day, is this guy right here. I want that. That's the one trinket I really want. And the lag cometh. Lag. See, and that's weird. You guys got lag, and it just says that the stream health got better. The stream health was bad, and now the stream health is really good. I have to have a long conversation with my ISP soon. But yeah, I would love this trinket right here. That's the trinket I want. Prot Pally on Mythic Talic makes the fight a joke. You haven't done Uldir yet? Very hard to get a spot as a tank. Really? I honestly haven't tried pugging it too much. You get one all the time. We should tank it up together. There you go. There you go, Epic. Tank it up with Kane. You use Fury setup for the strength? Oh, Epic is Alliance? Ouch. Ouch. I'm sorry, Epic. Okay. Oh, they're just trying to decide what to pick. Yo, there's a lot to pick from. Hopefully, another tank doesn't apply. It's because you have your best trait stack 3. Oh, got it. Even you re-rolled? Oh no. Sylvanas, it's love. Sylvanas, it's life. Yup. Follow Sylvanas, guys. Follow Sylvanas. Okay, hold on. Alright. Hey, look. It's Teldrassil. There you go. You know us, Forsaken, always wanting to light every tree on fire. Speaking of Alliance and Horde, It's Teldrassil. Like on your trinkets, you make sure that there is strength and not just haste. Oh, so the one trinket I would love, besides the old deer one, I think that one is something that I really, really want to get. But the one that's farmable is this guy right here. I would want this guy. It has strength, and that's really nice. And then it gives me a ton of haste. Just your thoughts here. You're tired of the Horde getting rid of the War Chief every 2 expansions. Let them rule. I agree, Sebastian. I agree. And I think it's really weird how Horde War Chief is a more elected position. Not exactly, right? There's not exactly like a vote with the whole population, but it's more like the current leaders of every faction or the current War Chief instates someone, right? So the current War Chief is like, this person seems adequate, this person seems adequate, why don't you come take over? And Alliance is more of a bloodline. Like, you have to be born of this bloodline. This is the king, this is the prince, this is how it happens. So it's there's a lot less variation and a lot less choice in Alliance, but it seems like for some reason Horde always gets the evil people. But Alliance should have a bigger chance of getting an evil person, because that person can't be dethroned. It's a bloodline, right? So if Anduin wanted to become the biggest a-hole on the planet, he could, and it's still a bloodline, and you're not going to take it away from him. And it'll be humans that are still going to be ruling as well. Like, there's never going to be any variation between a dwarf is going to rule, a gnome is going to rule, a night elf is going to rule. Like, it's just always going to be a human. It has to be a specific bloodline. So that, I think, would lead to more like evil and stagnation. But it seems like it's the other way around. It's the people that don't look humanoid, it's the people that don't look like we do IRL that are evil. And it's like, you have tusks on your face, which is different than me, so you've got to be evil. Gonna push some keys for sure, Kane. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Yo, that tree is on fire. Rhett, I put that fire right underneath it. For Sylvanas, man. I did it for her. I see a tree. It's got to catch on fire. I'm tired of these trees. Hey, they haven't picked another DPS yet. We've got plenty of stuff happening here. Oh, they told him that we need a boomkin, a locker, or a mage to do this key. I don't think we need it. What do we have? We have an enhancement shaman, or I don't know if he's enhancement or elemental, and a havoc. I don't think I can inspect him from far away, can I? Enhancement. Oh, that's why they want a ranged. That makes sense. Last boss is going to suck with this melee heavy group. How do I run my own key with the guild? I hardly run my keys. I really do like joining groups that are at least 3 people already in there, and it just makes the whole process faster. But like, as far as my, I think I have a Motherlode, right? And I have a Siege this week, Siege 9. But I honestly, I hardly ever use my key, Akura. I used to use my own key when keys used to get depleted, because then you run into a lot of people that had the key that was depleted, and it was, you know, hard to like reactivate that key and then run it again. So in those days, I used to run my own keys, but nowadays I hardly do. But every week I do push a 10, which is normally done with my guild. Now, not every 10 is recorded here because of time. So like, these 9s are going to be better than any 10 I ran that wasn't in time, because like this 10, 45 minutes, right? Although this 10 I also ran it as deeps, but this 10, 45 minutes, it's not going to be, I think the highest one I have on time as a tank is a +6 or a +7 Atal Dazar. So that's why I'm joining this one, to try to get a better time. But like, if I complete this +9 on time, this 10 gets deleted from my leaderboards here, because it'll be better. So there's that. But yeah, I haven't used my own keystones in a while. I think I think I'm also spoiled because I am a tank, and being a tank, you will always find a group. Like there is, I can log in at whatever time I want, click on pre-made groups, dungeons, and I can find a lot of groups that need a tank. If I was a DPS, maybe I would start pushing my own key, but I'm always going to be able to find a key. So I think it's a combination of keys no longer depleting and me being a tank that I can just pick. Draenei's got octopus on their faces, and that's why Draenei's will never lead the alliance. Will I be doing some monk today? How are the affixes this week? The affixes this week aren't too bad. Skittish, fortified, and bolstering. So with skittish, as a tank, you have to learn how to deal with it with your own toolkit. Like as a prot warrior, pop avatar, thunderclap a lot. Maybe if avatar is down, use your shockwave, use your revenge a little bit more. Make sure everything sticks to you. Fortified and bolstering just means trash is going to hit harder, and don't pull a ton of trash all at once. So the affixes this week aren't too bad. I think overall keys are more difficult to run since fortified and tyrannical starts at +2. So once you start getting to +7, +8, +9 range, that fortified has already had such a big time to bump up, right? It's been bumped up 7, 8, 9 times. That I think it just makes keys harder to do. I'm very used to, in Legion, I used to pug 15+ all the time, right? Minimum of like 14. I would pug like 14 to 17s all the time, and now you're pugging 6 to 9s, 5 to 9s. So it's a different world we live in. It's also like the beginning of the expansion, so we don't have that much gear. But I definitely think they made it on purpose by adding a seasonal affix at 10 and having tyrannical and fortified start at 2. I think they did it on purpose so that 1 to 10, you know, you run keys 1 to 10 and that's it. And as far as will I be doing monk today, maybe. If I get enough rip keys on my warrior. This is taking forever. If they don't find someone, we can... There it is. They wanted a boomkin. Oh, it could be a kitty, but he's 375 even if he is a kitty. If they don't recruit someone soon-ish, we'll jump out, find another group. It's a 9. You don't need anything with these affixes. Yeah, these affixes, although the last boss is going to be difficult just because that boss is difficult if you run melee heavy. But yeah, we don't have tyrannical, so the boss isn't going to be overly difficult or crazy difficult, and he's only going to be affected by the fact that it's a +9 key, right? But yeah, if they don't find anything else, we'll mount up and get out of here. You didn't see what key you got? Just watched a video of a 16. Nice, man. Also, if you guys are in a guild and you do like running keys, I do suggest, I put it in my add-ons video that I recently did, but having this add-on right here, King's Rest, makes it very easy. So you guys see right here it says guild list. This is the list of keys of everybody else who also has this add-on. So if you tell your whole guild to download this add-on, you can just see it all, right? And then you can type in friends list, or you can click on friends list, and then everybody else who's on my friends list who also has astral keys, you know, I can see their keys, I can see my guild, and I can be like, oh hey, do you want to run this +8? I really need that +8 for a trinket. So you can see it different ways. You can either have it be with your guild, have it be with your friends, but this is an easy way of seeing what has it. And also every alt, like Battle Mage is my mage alt, Cobra Kai Dojo, that's my monk alt, right? So all of my alts are listed on here as well. And then over here on the bottom left, like weekly best, like my mage yesterday did a +6, right? My monk, I haven't done any Mythic Plus this week. So this week on my warrior, I did a +9. When I filmed this week in Mythic Plus, I did that +9. Yeah, I don't. Somebody left the group. I'm gonna fly back to the main town. If I get back to the main town and they still haven't invited 2 people, I'll drop group and do another key. That's a little creepy. What, the add-on? It's not too bad. I recall you saying your rotation changes when you pop Avatar. Would you mind running through that again? Sure thing. Sure thing. Finally started leveling a Prot warrior this week. It's been pretty fun. Herp derp, I'm glad you like it, man. What's a good dungeon to run this week for affixes? I think Siege would be an easy one, just because the bosses aren't terribly difficult, and the trash, there's nothing I can think of that extremely stands out, that has like an unavoidable mechanic that's just gonna nuke you. Underrock Krog is just difficult based on what he is and what he does, but the trash here, if you skip the ticks, that's the big one. Maybe the second pull, or the pull before the first boss, is going to be the difficult one. That might be it. Shrine of the Storm is going to have a lot of bolstering. Waycrest is going to have a lot of bolstering. Tolagor is going to have a lot of bolstering. So is the Motherlode. Atal Dazar will have its moments. Freehold. I'm trying to think of the trash pulls. Freehold might be another one. If you skip the very last trash pull right before the last boss, Freehold might be okay. So maybe Freehold, Underraw, and Siege. Okay, so my regular rotation. Ignore the numbers I'm hitting with, right? The numbers I'm hitting with, this training dummy is lower level, right? So damage taken increase. So my regular rotation is like prioritize Shield Slam, right? So Shield Slam, Thunderclap, Filler. There's another Shield Slam. I'm going to Shield Slam, Thunderclap, Filler. Right? So this is my normal rotation. Prioritize Shield Slam, and second Thunderclap, and then Filler. You can mix in a few revenges in there if you're getting hit. This training dummy's not going to hit me, so I don't have that revenge. But when you pop Avatar, you have to use Thunderclap every other cooldown. So when I talk about my rotation changing, Herpter, if you look right above my unit frame here, you can see every ability I'm using, right? So you'll see that I'm going to use Thunderclap every other cooldown. So I'll pop Avatar, and then we'll pop Demoralizing Shout. Here we go. Thunderclap into like an Ignore Pain or something. Thunderclap. Devastating Thunderclap. Shield Slam. Thunderclap. Thunderclap. So Thunderclap every other cooldown as part of your rotation, no matter what you're doing. If you're trying to survive, you can Thunderclap into Ignore Pains. If you're doing a regular rotation because you're staying alive just fine, then you Thunderclap into a Shield Slam. So it really depends on what you're trying to do, but you use Thunderclap every other cooldown to maintain Demoralizing Shout on the target, right? So you pop Avatar first, you pop Demoralizing Shout, and then you start Thunderclapping every other cooldown. So that's why your rotation changes, because your Thunderclap is up every other cooldown. Alright, so they got a team together. So I'm glad for that. Let's start running over here. Easy enough? Yeah, that's the whole rotation. Oh, and yeah, you have to, in order for that to be a thing, you have to use Unstoppable Force talent point. Sorry. It isn't just inherent that using Avatar makes your Thunderclap. Yes, I failed to mention that part. You need this talent point. It's very, very important to run that talent point. Alright, everybody's here. Cobra Kai Dojo, best name ever. It's a monk. You gotta sweep the leg, man. You have an ability called leg sweep. You gotta use it. Long as you don't overpull, all instances should be completed on time this week. Yes, it's gonna be hard to do like a +3 this week because of bolstering, but it should be easy enough to get it done. Yes, what Rhett said. You have to use Unstoppable Force. You have to have Deafening Crash, which is this Azurite trait right here. That's why your rotation changes. Alright. Also, if you're ever having issues with, this week is Skittish. if you have Unstoppable Force, you should not have issues with aggro. Like right now, there is no way I could lose aggro by thunderclapping every other cooldown. There's just no way. That aggro is completely mine. There is no way that that's going away. No one's going to be able to shake that off of me. You also do a lot of damage. Like if you look at the damage meters, I was topping the damage meters by using that thunderclap rotation, right? I want to... Oh, we don't have CC. Oh, we do have CC. I want to CC that guy. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller, please? Imprison? Perfect. The reason I want to imprison the Confessor is because of this Augur, right? So this Augur can pop a Fiery Enchant, that move right there. And Fiery Enchant is going to drop a bunch of fire puddles on the ground. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Now, the higher the key gets, and since it is fortified and bolstering this week, that Fiery Enchant can lead to a wipe pretty damn easily. So if you CC the Confessor heals people and makes them immune to interrupts by putting them inside of a bubble, right? So by CCing the Confessor, let me get this Confessor right now. By CCing the Confessor, I basically make it so that I guarantee that the Augur is going to go down how I want him to, right? See that bubble? That bubble is going to stop me from CCing people. So I pull 2 Confessors at once. You know, no big deal. We can probably keep some interrupts up on them. It's not too bad. But the main point is to not let that Fiery Enchant go out, because that's what can lead to a wipe. Pulling 2 Confessors at once, not too bad. So I CC the Confessors, make sure that they can't keep anyone. Let's do that. Confessor, we have an Augur and a Juggernaut, no big deal. We're going to have to kill the Colossus first. I'm very glad that this Demon Hunter just sees it. This route, the Demon Hunter said that this route is terrible when it comes to, oh no, the Confessor pop. This is not going to be fun. So I'm going to focus on the Augur, try to get him down, but the Augur, there it is. Okay, Augur's down. I'm going to focus Confessor now, but we should take the Colossus down first, because that Colossus is going to ruin my day. That Colossus is going to murder me. Although I think we're focusing the Confessor first. I might die. I might die on this pull just because of the way we're prioritizing things. Colossus is now up to 2 stacks of bolstering and has 2 stacks of his damage buff by consuming the trolls, right? So that's 2 things that I don't want to happen, and they're both happening right now. And the Juggernaut is going to go down before the Colossus. Colossus is going to get a full heal. Oh no, oh no. Colossus will get a full heal and another damage buff. So I just hope that Colossus goes down first before the Juggernaut. I'm going to stop AoEing as much as... There it is. Okay, perfect, perfect. CC Confessor. That's not the Confessor. Confessor. There's a Confessor. Okay. So, since I want that guy CC'd, I'm going to pull this, and hopefully they CC him on the way down. There it is. Okay, so that Confessor CC'd back there. I am going to walk away. I want to really walk away from the Augur. Okay, there it is. I want to really walk away from the Confessor, sorry. And this Augur was not being nice. Oh no. Oh no, I want to interrupt him. Okay. You see how that some people died to that? That's what happens when the Augur gets even a little bit of that off. Okay. So this Colossus is going to get buffed. He's going to get a little bit of healing, which is unfortunate, but hopefully we can still take this down. The pull that I'm worried about right now with all of this bolstering is the pull before the next boss. That's the one that I'm like, oh man, that's not going to be fun. So this Confessor is going to pop something called Dispel, which will break CCs. So like if we hadn't killed that Augur immediately, then the Confessor would have broken the Augur out anyway. As long as you can CC some of the ads, it's a much better way. Yes, especially as a tank. As a tank, I hate the other path because the other path has the big hulking guys, and those big hulking guys apply that bleed to me, and it's the most terrible thing. So this way is harder for the group in general. The other way is harder for the tank specifically. So yeah, I don't want those bleeds. I don't want to deal with those bleeds. So I picked this path. They're not a fan of it, but it is what it is. Let's interrupt that fiery enchant. It got one tick off. One tick off, not too bad. But you do want to interrupt that as soon as you can. And then this DPS is killing it as far as AoE DPS. And I'm trying not to use my avatar if I don't need to on this trash, because I know I'm going to need it for the next big pull. But probably need to. Stop thinking about cool names on your tunes a long time ago. Now you're just random the ones you easy spell name. Yeah, I still sit at a character creation screen and think, what am I going to name this character? Like my Boomkin in Legion was actually named something different before I had the server transfer. My female Tauren Druid was named Milkshakes, but then I had to realm transfer and I lost the name. But yeah, I try to think of names when I make new tunes. I've gone the other way but haven't completed it above +5. Yeah, we have fortified this week and bolstering, which means that those guys can get really big. Where's a confessor? Is there a confessor? It's just an augur. Okay. Alright, good luck to us, and rip key. Okay. This is going to bolster pretty damn high, and it's going to hurt. The transfer is on me, or transfusion rather. So I ran out of blocking, so I'm going to supplement that blocking by popping that last stand, because right now with these bolsters going out, blocking is pretty damn critical. I want to mitigate as much of this damage as I can. So yeah, just maintaining that block uptime when those bolster stacks get high, especially bolster fortified, it's going to be important. So here we go. Now we just have this poor little augur here. No bolsters, nothing. Just slap him in the face. You also want to tell him and ensure that he knows that all of his confessors and his dispel buddies went down. So that'll help weaken him a little bit as well. So let's check on my healer's mana once we're done here. Healer's mana is full. Let's go. Alright, so I'm going to pop my Deafening Crash as soon as I got into a nice rotation. So what I mean by a nice rotation is I for sure first want to like pop my shield block, make sure that that's going ready, maybe use up a little bit of my rage and just kind of get everything settled, get my rotation to a normal place before I pop that Deafening Crash, that demoralizing shout, and start prioritizing using that. I'm gonna lose like 3 or 4 seconds of that, but it's worth it in the long run because your cooldowns come off of rotation so quickly. Like right now, if I wanted to, I could pop another demoralizing shout. So here's a Spirit of Gold. I'm gonna pop my Shockwave, and he should be going down pretty quickly here. Now I didn't pick up Stormbolt, although for this dungeon arguably Stormbolt would have been a nice change for me to do. So yeah, Stormbolt would have probably been a little bit better than running Menace like I normally run. But that being said, it's not going to be that big of a deal. We do have 2 Demon Hunters with stuns that they can rotate. We also have a Grip if we really want to, an Earth Root. So we do have a few things, a few tricks up our sleeve that we can use. So what you want to do when that Spirit of Gold is getting close to the blood puddles, you should absorb it before it does. Your debuff will probably last long enough to make it work. Alright, so this pull's also not going to be particularly fun. It's got 2 augurs in it. Ooh, that guy almost died. Did he body pull? He's close. He's really close. I thought he was going to body pull. Alright, I like pulling these guys in a corner because if I pull them in the middle of the room, a lot of people still stand right where the fire actually goes out and they die to that right there. They die to that fire over to my left. So I do like pulling these guys over to a corner so everybody kind of follows a little bit more. That being said, if your group knows not to stand in the fire, then it's not necessary. It also allows me to just click this lever a little bit faster. It's also good practice for when you have Sanguine. Every now and then, early on in the week, you kind of go on autopilot. Like, when you run your first key of the week, you're probably on a bit of autopilot, right? How come I can't... Oh, somebody already did. You're probably on a little bit of autopilot. So, by always doing your pulls the same way and having it affect how trash is affected, then you can absolutely, like, counter affixes before they're even out, before you even know that they're out, right? So if it was a Sanguine week, I would have been able to react to Sanguine appropriately. Having done expeditions, yeah, if you just, all you do is kill rares. Actually, if we jump down, we don't need all this trash. You do take a little bit of damage, and you do need to get healed up. But that being said, I just saw that Rezan was rotating around, so we should be able to catch him on a good rotation here. You do a little bit less trash. And by a little bit, I mean like 3 pulls less. So not the biggest difference, but definitely slightly faster weight. My healer's at full mana. Perfect. Let's pull Rezan. Let me taunt him. Let me get him into this corner. Pop Avatar. Pop that Deafening Crash, or that Demo Shout rather. And get this boss going. Somebody did aggro, or spawned an ad. So... I'm going to pop Berserker Rage. I'm going to stay out here because we're warriors and we don't run away. Fear is not something that we have in our vocabulary. So here's our druid. Our druid's being pursued right now. Just keep working on this guy. And pursuit should be running out very, very soon. So let me get back into position. Serrated Teeth is about to go out, so I want to make sure I've got my block up for that. Let me pop my Demoralizing Shout just to make sure. There it is. Serrated Teeth increases the damage you take, right? So definitely want to avoid that if you can. There's the second fear. I do have Will of the Forsaken, and then the next one I'll have Berserker Rage back up as well. So we're good. We're good. We don't need to run away from any fear. If you are undead, Will of the Forsaken only works on something that's already applied to you, so don't apply it too early. You need to get hit by the fear first before you can immune it off. So I'm just gonna wait in position over here. I wish I had Monk Taunt, which makes the boss run, or makes the mob run faster towards you. That'd be nice. That being said, the boss should go down before another fear bomb. There it is. Good DPS, man. We even have a Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest, guys. They just got buffed yesterday. This is what happens when you buff a class. I'm going to start seeing a ton of Prot warriors since we got buffed yesterday as well. I'm just kidding. You love islands because you know how to get the goodies. Yeah, islands are... I've always enjoyed the islands, right? Whether it was pulling a million crocodiles or now pulling the rares. I like islands a lot more than I like warfronts. I think warfronts are weird because you don't dictate the pace of them, right? You take over this location, you take over that location, and then you wait 5 minutes for the auto attack sequence to finish on the demolishers, and then you push this, you push that, and then you have to wait another 5 minutes for this gated portion to happen. So I've never been a fan of warfronts, even when they were in the beta. But islands, I do like islands because you dictate the pace. You can actually choose to kill rares, or kill a bunch of normals, or kill a bunch of elites, or just PvP the whole time and nuke the other faction and camp them, and that's how you're gonna get there eventually. Like, there's actual player impact in islands that I really do enjoy. Oh man, I'm getting destroyed by these guys. Having charge and charging in means that I'm the first person that gets leaped by all the Saurids, and that kind of hurts. Okay, so I don't have my interrupt for the next guy, which means that I'm just gonna substitute it for my stun, right? So if nobody, there it is. Somebody did get an interrupt, or we got 2 stuns. I'm gonna fear bomb them actually. As a response, I'm gonna throw my fear bomb out on them. So this is a bunch of bolsterings on this guy. No big deal. Why go that way? Why go which way, News? Sorry, I trying my best to keep up with chat and this, and high level keys just don't allow you to keep up with chat very well. Oh, I have my shockwave back up. Nice. I had just used it, so I didn't think it was gonna be back up, so I wasn't counting on it. But running menace, it does come back up a little bit faster than normal. Alright, I have no more blocking, so I'm gonna pop bolster and get that block, because right now we also got the rogues that are like the invisible pat that's after this. We got them all here, so this is a much bigger trash pull than it probably should have been. So I'm gonna kite now. We have 4 stacks of bolster, right? There's my block, so I'm gonna run back in now that I have block. But even then, yeah, this is really gonna hurt, and the next trash pull is actually gonna be the worst one. Not looking forward to the next trash pull. Okay, I would love some CC on the next trash pull. Let's see if we can get that CC. So if we can CC this guy and this guy. Oh, or not. Okay, that's fine. Let's CC that guy. They CC'd the other one. That's fine. So we got, I don't care which, we have another demon hunter. Oh, okay. Okay. So they're gonna imprison that. We have to single target the totem, which they're just gonna have to go out there and do. Yeah, you. Okay. They said totem. There it is. CC, yeah, CC broken. All gone. That's why I didn't want to run into the totem myself. So this pull is gonna suck, and I'm going to die. But I just have to delay how fast I die, right? So let me pop my rallying cry right now. Just start rotating my cooldowns a little bit slowly. Here's that last stand right now. And then shield wall. I'm up to 4 bleeds. This is not going to end well. There it is. We got 2. We got 2 of the trash mobs. That trash pull is just going to be terrible. Oh, no. Let's go left. Go left. Go left. There's a rogue right here we want to avoid. Hopefully that guy doesn't pull him. We'll find out. The warrior buffs were good enough. They were not good enough. They were okay. They're a baby step in the right direction. That's all it is. It's not enough to make Prot warriors viable, but if you were already playing on your Prot warrior before, then these buffs are just gonna help you out a little bit more. I got about 10k more HP and about 1% more armor mitigation, so it's gonna make my runs 1% easier and adding a little bit of HP to me, but it didn't change anything that was major. Alright, so let's shackle undead that guy. Perfect. And let's just pull 1. Alright, I don't want to get too close to the other guy, but I also don't want to just run away and kite everything. Hopefully they let my bleed fall off, right? We all have hopes and dreams. Which is not going to happen. Okay, so my healer's going to have a really hard time healing me. I'm going to get up to 4 stacks of the bleed again. Let me pop last stand and try to survive. My bleed almost fell off. Come on, come on. 1 second, 1 second. Nice. Okay. With that bleed off, I'll be okay now. I'll survive. Alright. So, make sure everybody has battle shout. Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. Let's go ahead and be on interrupt duty. That's my job right here as a tank, to make sure I'm on that interrupt duty. I need to change where my shadow unit frames actually keeps the boss frames, because it stacks up with my Mythic Plus timer. Just noticed it. I don't normally have 4 bosses to keep track of. So on the next leap, we're going to have to get an interrupt. So right here, I'm going to have to get an interrupt. There it is. Get an interrupt. That last totem, the totem back here, is really, really low. So hopefully nobody, like, clips it. Here. They're working on the other one, so I got to work on this one. There it is. Stage 2. Perfect. There was nobody over here, so I was a little afraid that we would run out of time. Alright, so now at this point, I've got to just be careful and slowly rotate around the platform. I also have to be aware that I'm melee heavy today, right? So I've got 2 melees on me, so my melees also need clean floor. It's not just me, so those melees are also going to need clean floor. Those demon hunters are on interrupt duty, which is really nice. I wish more specs got rewarded for interrupting, so that you could have moments like this where, you know, the rest of your group, all of your group is really looking out for the interrupts for DPS increases. That'd be really nice to have. Alright, so yeah, give your melee room. Melee is running out right now, and we should be okay. Yeah, boss is about to go down. Didn't have to rotate too many like crazy big cooldowns. We're at 100% of enemy forces completed. 8 minutes left for this last boss. I think that gives us 2 wipes, if we wipe. I'm not saying we will. I'm not saying we have to. We don't have tyrannical. Like these bosses have no affixes besides skittish, right? So if I can hold threat, the bosses have no affixes. Bolstering doesn't affect the boss. Fortified doesn't affect the boss. So as long as I can maintain aggro on the boss, it's just a +9 boss. That's all it is. So hopefully we don't have wipes. We'll see how that goes though. Fingers crossed for 8.1 then. I agree, Tony. I agree 100%. Alright, everybody's here. Healer is full. Let's go. Get 1 thunderclap in first. Let's interrupt that racking pain every single time. Alright, get our thunderclaps in. So there is the debuff going out on everyone, and they all stacked up. They all stacked up very nicely. I'm very glad. Something else that really helps is we have demon hunters, which have really good mobility for being able to stack up like that. So that's also something else that, even though we are melee heavy, at least it's demon hunters that will get those fell rushes in, right? Or a retreat. They can either rush or retreat into position. All right. So tanking here in the corner, not necessarily like the best spot to be in once the spiders start really coming out in full effect. So what I want to do is just kind of stay here for a little bit. Once the spiders get out of hand, see, most of the spiders are over there where all the ads are, where everybody else is on my group. So once the spiders do start getting out of hand, I am going to want to move out of here. But for the time being, I can stay in here. It's not too heavy, not too bad. And the boss is sitting at like 40%. Again, we have a really good DPS this run. Also, something to note with this boss is the skewer is 100% magic. So if you are on your Prot warrior, if you prioritize having a decent ignore pain, it doesn't even have to be like a completely full ignore pain, but if you prioritize having a decent ignore pain for when that skewer goes out, that skewer should be absorbed. At least a very healthy amount of it should be absorbed via your ignore pain. So let me move out now. It started getting a little polluted, like I mentioned earlier, right? I have like 4 spiders in there. Nice. That was a +9 on time. That was a beautiful run. A beautiful run. We got an upgraded shield? What? I was not expecting an upgrade. Oh my god. 10 item levels, best in slot shield, haste, mastery. Oh my god, this is... Guys, today was a good day. I don't care about the rip key that happened earlier. Oh, that was good. Let me write this down as well. How long did that key take? 24 minutes. 24 minutes. That would mean... Thanks, guys. Yeah, that. Okay, so my block is going to go from 43.5% to 44.8. A 1.3%. Hey, it's kind of like the buff I got yesterday, but now just through an item. And my block chance went up as well to 27%. From 26.14 to 26.52. You know, incremental changes at this point, but oh, feels so good. Feels so good. Here, Galak just messaged me. There you go. There you go. Oh man. Do I do viewer Mythic Plus or raids? Grouser, I used to do viewer raids on Fridays, but I haven't in a while. I haven't since the beta actually came out, but yeah, it's something I used to do. Could bring back for sure. If Prot Warriors had a little bit more self-sustain, then I would be okay running viewer Mythic Plus and kind of more carries. But until that moment, right now it's a little hard to carry on a Prot Warrior, you know? Like if we have a healer that's a little lower item level or isn't putting out enough HPS, it's hard to stay alive. You can basically just slow down how fast you die, but there's no way to reverse it. So it's a little difficult right now. You stopped after your priest called John Pope and your warrior called oh man, why go that way? News era, because of the big dudes. Oh, the Demon Hunter can purge the Colossus buffs. Oh, okay, that's right, they did get that new ability in BFA. I haven't played my Demon Hunter or BFA. I played it in the beta, but I wasn't focused on it. You've gone the other way but haven't completed above a 5. Yeah, those guys hurt. Grinding levels doing islands is almost as boring as doing is the most boring thing in the entire world. I did 2 levels while leveling. Yeah, I did the last 2 levels on my mage. I did with islands. It wasn't too bad. If you're focusing on rares, you can also get some decent stuff. Oh man. You want the pegs and the mogs? Not for sale. I've sold a few of the pets. I've sold like 2 of the pets. 0 mods in the chat? Wait, what are you talking about? We have mods in the chat. Undead don't get hopes and dreams. Those were shattered. Guys. So you're learning to tank, and sadly you're very comfortable reading logs when it pertains to tanks. How do I, or what do I look for to figure out what you're doing? You're not very comfortable reading logs, Andrew. So one of the things that I do is I have like this left hand side has my talent points, right, on the left hand side of the screen, and also above my unit frame you get to see every global cooldown as I press it. So if you are ever having an issue, like let's say specifically Prot Warrior, I also play my monk a little bit, but specifically my Prot Warrior, if you're having issues on a certain trash mob, it might be important for you to see that, right? You might not be using Ignore Pain enough. You might be stacking your cooldowns. So, you know, you want to rotate your cooldowns, not stack them all up in one period. And you might have a wrong rotation, like let's say you pop Avatar and then you stop thunderclapping for whatever reason. There's a few little things that you can do, but particularly Andrew, what do you tank on? Isn't Skewer blockable? Skewer is blockable, but the big part of Skewer is not so much the attack itself, it's the debuff. Or no, I'm sorry, Skewer, we're talking about Yasma. This is, oh, it used to be magic damage in the beta. I'm sorry. I could have sworn WK Skewer used to be shadow damage in the beta. See, this is a lot, like there's a few things that change from live to beta, and that was one of them. The gods have blessed you for suffering for the past 3 weeks. That's nice, man. What's my item level now? Oh, that's right. Oh, there's still 368. I have these pet upgrades for item level, but I don't know. losing like 1.5% haste for it. It feels bad, man. Is it mastery the second best stat or versatility? No, I'm saying mastery and verse are very similar in terms of their weight, but they have different implications, right? So mastery is going to be way better if you're doing physical damage. Versatility is going to be better overall, and also versatility is going to help out with like your damage done with your threat and stuff like that, which mastery does to a certain degree, but it definitely gets mitigated a little bit more. That being said, in the PTR, they removed our current mastery, so I don't know if mastery is going to become way better or if it's going to become worse, but right now it's haste is your #1 priority, and then versatility mastery, it's a bit of a toss-up. It depends on what you want to achieve, or what your gear has. It shouldn't matter too much. Versatility and mastery have a very similar impact. You're 329 and it was only LFR, which you know isn't a test, but more learning what you should be doing. Yeah. As far, like, if you're playing a Prot warrior specifically, I recently came out with a guide, Andrew Smith, that I do every single time a new raid comes out, called the Prot Warrior Survival Guide. This one's called Prot Warrior Survival Guide Uldir. So if you look at that, if you're playing a Prot warrior, I highlight the big things that you need to focus on, right? So there's this one ability that if you're not careful for, you'll get one shot. How do you counter it? And I'll let you know there. So it depends on what you're playing. If you're not playing a Prot warrior, let me know and I can help you out a little bit more. What are the best stats for Prot warriors? Uberly, yeah, it's haste, and then mastery, versatility is very similar. You don't want crit. Crit doesn't do much for you. I mean, it does have an impact, but honestly, you shouldn't be focused on it. On that shield, what is better, secondary stat or a gem slot plus 5 item levels and leech? I would say a shield item level is king, because a shield you get a good amount of armor, right? You have the actual armor, and then you have the block. So the amount that you block here is also going to have an impact. And yeah, I would say for shields, item level is king. Even if you can put like a strength gem or something in it, if it's like where you're one strength. No, I would say item level's king. Like you're probably gonna put haste in it, right? And a little bit of leech isn't really gonna do much for you. But putting haste in it and having leech probably won't do much for you. You're a mod where you're having lunch? Yeah, if I decide to summon the mods, they'll be here. Nerds is also here. You got 395 boots on your pally. It's your only upgrade. Oh, man. What is the item level, Tony? The 365 shield. You got a 370 shield with a slot from a Warfront quest? I did my Warfront yesterday, and I got a 370 cloak, which feels bad, man, because I have a 380. You're a bear, but you're also learning pally. Andrew, so bears right now are also not in a good spot. I would argue that Prot warriors are in a slightly worse spot, but bears and Prot warriors have a really messed up battle going on right now, where they're both fighting to be the bottom tank. So as a bear, you're probably going to find a lot of things that are not going to be ideal. Plus 11. I don't think I've done an infested Motherlode. Let's avoid that. Plus 8 tank. They've already got everything else. I want to do a Motherlode. But yeah, as a Guardian Druid, you are gonna find a lot of those moments where you're gonna feel weak for sure on aggro generated. That's the one part where Druids feel the worst. That is the focus of like how they the biggest complaint that they have. And then besides that, you're just gonna feel like a big HP sponge. I would highly suggest as a druid, there is no reason, Andrew, why you shouldn't have 100% uptime on at least one stack of Iron Fur, right? You should have 100% uptime on Iron Fur ×1. When you know that there's periods of high damage, Iron Fur ×2, and if you really want to start testing yourself on like those really big hits, you can get a 3 stack of Iron Fur up for like 2 seconds or something like that. So if you want to really focus on mitigating the most amount of damage, I would say focus on the 1 and 2 stacks of Iron Fur, right? 100% 1 stack Iron Fur when those high damage moments come out. Bump it up to a 2 stack when that high damage goes out. When you have stuff like bleeds and dots and stuff on you, that's when you can start popping Frenzied Regen. You should also, or not you should, if you are running Guardian of Elune, you should have most of your Guardian procs go towards Frenzied Regen when you do pop Frenzied Regen. So if you are running Guardian of Elune, if you are going to be using Frenzied Regen, it should be used with a Guardian of Elune proc. So a lot of little things. And if you want to track your Guardian of Elune procs, I have weak auras as well, and those weak auras that I just linked in chat should be tracking the Guardian of Elune. So there's a few little things you could be doing. If your threat is going to be suffering a little bit, guarantee 100% uptime on the 3 stacks of your Thrash debuff and your bleed. But yeah, there's a few little things you can do. That being said, your class is still in a bad spot. Alright, let's jump in here, do this little trash pull right here. It doesn't matter if these guys kind of fail to skittish and jump around a little bit. I'm okay with it because they're all non-elites. Nobody should be dying to these guys. And I will use my avatar and Deafening Crash on the next pull. So here we go. Next pull, this is when I'm going to focus on that threat generated and also on interrupts for the vendors. Was playing a game while enjoying your potential rips to be had. Yeah, it's all good, man. Someone just asked about mods. I'm like, they're here. They're here. They're listening. They're watching. Might be doing something else. If your main goal is raid tanking, just reroll to Monk. Ouch. Ouch. Feels bad. Yeah, so I downed Heroic Zul yesterday, and as a Prot warrior, I can tell you that Heroic Zul sucks. I hate the second phase, just 3 stacks of the bleed, and just constantly feel like I'm dying. And then I recently was randomly reading like a Reddit thread about tanking, and somebody said on your Monk, when you get your 3 stacks, you just run on top of another pool and Zen Med. And Zen Med is going to reduce all of that damage by the dot and by the pool you're standing on to save space. Everything is just going to be reduced by that 50% because you're not taking actual melee swings. And I'm like, that must be nice. Not only are you the strongest tank, but you also have like the perfect toolkit to deal with one of the worst phases in the current raid, right? This is going to be a lot of stacks of bolstering, and it's going to suck, but hopefully we can get through it. Oh, they don't provide bolstering. Someone in Blizzard doesn't hate all of us. I honestly thought they were gonna have bolstering because I think they have necrotic. What gems and enchants is better for protection warrior? Haste, man. Psychopath, as much haste as you can get. You need more haste than you can currently get in the game. So if you want to enchant and gem everything with haste, that is perfectly okay and the best route to go. I had a feeling this was gonna happen. Okay, so what I want to do is save my stun for Hall of Fletches. So when this hired assassin starts popping his Hall, like right there, we're gonna throw out our stun and make sure he doesn't cast it, because that with his toxic blades can lead to a wipe very easily. I did pop Avatar. Like, I lost a Peacekeeper for a second there, but with Avatar, everything's going to come back to me. There's a Hall of Fletches. I'm going to Fear Bomb because I just don't want that to go off. It's just not worth it. Not worth it to have a fortified +8 and even bolstered Hall of Fletches go off in your group. It would be a little bit easier to even get one more, like, aggro pull, because at least that can mean that you might survive. Alright, let's go left here. Let's focus on this guy. Again, the laborers are all non-elites, so if they bounce around, not my biggest concern. I do try my best to keep them on me and try my best to AoE threat, but non-elites, you know, on a skittish week, you shouldn't break your head over non-elites. Thanks so much for your insight. Yeah, no problem, Andrew. Andrew, I also have a community Discord and a Twitter, and you know, all sorts of different ways. Also in the comment section of most videos, you can find me there for a little bit. So most of the time, I try to be as easy to reach as possible. So yeah, if you ever have any questions, in the beta, I did play every single tanking class, and I did actually gear them out enough to do like a mythic, about a mythic +4 on all of them. I'm not a resident expert on everything when it comes to every single tanking class, but I do have some insights, and I can help point you in the right direction. At the very least, I know someone who plays that spec and plays it to a decent degree. So like, for example, if you're focused on your bear a lot right now, there's somebody can correct me in the chat. There's a guy called Laser Bear. I forget what his exact name is. Nihilo, I think Nihilo. And he has a whole YouTube channel where he just focuses on his bear. And if you want to see someone who just does bear stuff, maybe check out his channel as well. Like, you know, I focus a little bit more heavier on Prot warriors, but yeah, he focuses primarily on his bear. Can't post links? Mods can. Mods can post links, but yeah. Oh, link me your armory? Oh, man. Rhett, I'll get you right now. Give me a second. I've got Shockwave up. Nice. So we got Shadow Fury up as the stun. I was going to see, like, if nobody did anything, I was going to Shockwave, which I just did right now, because the vendor did actually bounce around a little bit because of skittish. But we'll be okay. Nah, Nihilo the bear is beast. Yeah, that's his name. I always forget, like, because there used to be that old guild Nihilum, right? Back in like vanilla and TBC. So I always forget, like, is it Nihilo, Nihilum? So just a little bit of a mess up on my brain in terms of like remembering. But yeah, if you want specific bear things, there's him. You also mentioned playing a Prot Paladin. We do have Max in here, who is, I believe, 6 out of 8, or no, he's 7 out of 8 heroic on his Prot Paladin. I do also have, I don't know if Galakt is in here, but my co-tank is a Prot Paladin as well. So in case you ever do have any questions and you hit me like in the comment section with any of those questions, I can ask him. And you know, right now we are 6 out of 8 heroic, and so yeah, so I have some resources if you are interested, depending on what tanking class you play. More importantly, you just transferred your pally over to Horde. What race? Oh, I got hit with that. Undead Master Race. I'm just kidding. You can't be Paladin. Honestly, Blood Elves still have very strong racials in the current meta. Like, you need to master spell and you need to purge, right? If you run King's Rest, it's gonna be very critical. Even on something like Waycrest, there's like the I forgot what the armor debuffs are called, but some of those guys make themselves have an armor debuff that buffs them a really decent amount. So Blood Elves always have really good implications. King's Rest, Zul. So there's a lot of fights that have Blood Elves. That being said, I hope that Zandalari Trolls can be Paladins one day. That's the one that I really hope for. But yeah, honestly, Blood Elf Master Race. If you want to get the most out of your race, Blood Elf. If not, you're limited to Blood Elf and Tauren right now, right? So if you don't care about having a Blood Elf, then roll a Tauren. You're going to be losing the racial, which is helpful in a few situations, but it honestly won't ruin the whole game for you. There's still enough other classes and races that do that to substitute not having that on your race. I play an Undead, arguably one of the least useful classes. We get Cannibalized and Will of the Forsaken, which I use on Rezan, and I hardly use Cannibalize because any healer's healing is better than Cannibalize. So honestly, at the end of the day, race doesn't matter too much. It helps a little bit, but it helps almost as much as that 1% buff that we got to Prot Warriors recently. It's just not a big deal. If we didn't have it, we'll be okay. Rock Lance. Okay, somebody interrupted it. I'm glad. You wish you could be an undead pally? Yeah, me too, man. My mage is undead too, which is like, why? Hey, I don't know. I like the way that undeads dance, cast, are, how they look. Max loves it too. I don't think Max is in the chat anymore, but Max hates undead. Alright, so I want to focus on the Earthshaper. There's one of the rock lances going out. Oh, I got interrupted. I threw up my spell reflection to reflect that rock lance. I'll tell you what, as a Prot warrior, those rock lances hurt like hell, and there's nothing better than spell reflecting a rock lance, and after you successfully spell reflect it, you look at your bars and you proc a victory rush. Like, you killed that Earthshaper with his own rock lance. It's just, there's something magical about that. It's kind of like going to Disneyland for the first time. You just get giddy with joy. Alright, let's do this. Let's jump in here. Alright. Make sure we maintain threat. There's one of the rock lances going out to me, and let's spell reflect it. It's not going to be a kill on that rock lance. He was sitting at like 80% HP, but it'll do some damage. There's one rock lance going out. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and interrupt it. And there's the Earth Shield. I do have my interrupt back up as well. Uh-oh. 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 Final blast. You don't want to be there. I was gonna say that that rock lance is gonna go off on me. He started rock lancing inside of the final blast. That was terrible. Alright, we're good. That other one, final blasted, should have gone down, right? Yeah. Okay, we're good. What's up, Farseer? Let's interrupt that quake. Just play what you want. Blood Elf Master Race, yes. Blood Elf is the master race right now, to be honest. If you're wanting to maximize every little bit of the game that you can, you go Blood Elf. It's just unfortunately the way it is right now. Alright. Pop Avatar. Stay alive. Put on some BGs. Why did that pull? Who pulled that? What? This is a wipe. This, yep, rock lance. I didn't even see it. No, it was a Furious Quake that went off. Not quite sure who or how that got pulled. Maybe Hunter. We can just always blame the Hunter. To reroll traits. Oh, next to the transmog, there's an NPC to reroll traits. Yes. Yeah, right next to the transmog vendor, there is the Azure. Please wipe. I don't want that. Wipe. That pull. Can we just reset it? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, Mr. Warlock. That's one of those things. It's just, let's just wipe it. Let's just clean wipe it. And Glock is very ugly. He's a beautiful, beautiful Tarn, man. He's one with nature. Alright. So, there's a barrier going out. I'm going to go ahead and interrupt the barrier. I'm going to throw out my stun. That quake was going off. And I also have my fear bomb. So, let's drop a fear bomb. So, now I'm left very empty. And we should be okay, though. I have my interrupt still. Or I got my interrupt back up. There's a Furious Quake. I'll just go ahead and interrupt that. And we'll jump back on the guy that did the barrier. Everybody's here now, so I can actually buff as well. Nice. Nice. Okay, Earthshapers. There are 2 Earthshapers in this pool. Let's stay alive. Rock Lance going out. Spell Reflect. So this other Earthshaper has not cast Rock Lance on me yet. So I just want to... Oh, there it is. There was the Rock Lance. Just make sure you know... Oh, Rock Lance is going out right now. Stun, stun, stun. Nice. So now I just have to be careful with the rest of the rock lances. There's a rock lance going out. It's going to be a spell reflect kill right there. Oh, feels so good. Feels so good. Got a victory rush proc from a rock lance. I'm telling you, there's something magical about that. It's like, it's alright, it's alright. Blizzard doesn't want to buff me. I got this. Final blast, perfect. They're all just gonna one-shot themselves at this point. Unfortunately, this guy is still alive with a bunch of bolster as well. Oh man. Alright, pop my block and make sure I'm blocking all this nonsense. And should be able to survive. Did Dwarf Race help Prot Warrior? Yeah, if you can be a Dark Iron Dwarf, if you play Alliance, Dark Iron Dwarves are so strong. And I made a video saying that the Dark Iron racial was the most overpowered racial in the game. It got nerfed. It got stealth nerfed. It already happened. So since I put out that video, it already did get stealth nerfed. So I was a firm believer that it was crazy. It was plus 900 main stat, and then 300 per application of debuff that you had. So let's say you run like Under Rot or you run Freehold, and you're getting continuously 3 to 4 stacks of a debuff. You can make that debuff. You can make that buff very substantial. You can make it almost 2k main stat if you really focus on it. You might want to communicate with your healer a little bit, but it was so strong it already did get nerfed. So in its nerf state, it's still very strong though. It is still very, very strong. So if you want a Dark Iron Dwarf, I highly suggest them. They are very, very powerful. Like, let's say you're running in a pug, and your pug healer for whatever reason is just not cleansing the way that they should on Under Rot last boss. You can cleanse yourself. You can be a Prot Warrior. You can cleanse yourself. Like, how powerful is it as a Prot Warrior to just say, don't worry about it, I got it, I can cleanse myself. That's what well, both dwarves provide that, but as a Dark Iron you also get a ton of main stat. And let's say you are a Prot Warrior, your Ignore Pains are just going to be that much stronger during that portion. You're also going to be generating that much more threat, that much more DPS. So a lot of little benefits to being a Dark Iron Dwarf, I would say. Could you add your Discord in the description? I believe it is there, Casus. I think so. To catch up on your 4 years of changes, Casus, I think it's there. I'll have to check again, but I'm pretty damn sure. If it's not, here, I'll spam this. This I know has it for sure. I'll check right now. Join our Discord. Yeah, it's there. It's there for sure. Alright, so I want to go this way for sure. And we can pull a little bit extra because we are going to need just a little bit extra, right? We are going to need a little bit more percentage. So I can pull the guys next to me. So I threw out my stun there. I think I got it on time. Yeah, I did. That blowtorch just hurts. Fortified weak? Are you kidding me? On that blowtorch? Don't enjoy that one bit. Oh no. Okay, this blowtorch is gonna be the death of me. You need some kofefe? Yeah, man. I could use some coffee too. Oh, the force cannon! Are we gonna ninja pull? Yep. That force cannon faces a certain way, and if you don't move, you're gonna get knocked around, man. And that's exactly what happened. Let me taunt that guy. He's just bouncing around a little bit. Not elite, but still bouncing around. He's got 1 stack of bolster, so it's still not something that's fun to deal with. Nice, getting all those interrupts. This is 4 stacks of bolster. I did want to do a little bit extra pulling, but definitely this wasn't the way I was expecting it to go. Is he running away in fear, or did the Warlock fear bomb him? Alright, I'm going to pull this guy. Since we do need a little bit more percentage, and pulling here is actually way easier than pulling in the area with all the bombs. Transmute. Nice, somebody interrupted. After you intercept, I can see the charge icon. The intervene icon is the same now for intervene and charge. So yeah, it's all the same icon. If you're playing Prot Warrior, it's all the same icon. It's the same ability. Alright, let me LOS pull these guys. I'm telling you, some random pulls happen every time. Hey, it wouldn't be a ripped key with a pug if a random pull didn't happen, right? It's just par for the course here. I wasn't paying attention for the interrupts. I was trying to catch up. You saw heroic throw go out. To be honest, Tank is always blaming the hunter for his shortcomings. Oh man, if heroic throw wasn't on the global cooldown, it would be really interesting to have a mouse over macro to heroic throw, just something just off in the corner somewhere, and just be like, who pulled that? Who pulled that? I didn't heroic throw it. Nope. But since it is on the global cooldown, it's gonna be one of those things that's difficult to pull off. You have to give up survivability, right? It's like, what do you want to choose? You want to choose to ignore pain, or you want to choose to heroic throw? It has to do with the little mini route that all the charges do after the animation ends. Oh yeah, when I charge someone and you see the debuff on them, yeah, that's the route that the charge applies. And yeah, it looks different because for a Prot Warrior, you intervene. Even if it's to opposing targets, you intervene. But then the root has the charge icon. If that's what you were talking about, yeah. Okay, I'm glad Rhett caught it. Thanks, Rhett. I appreciate it. Do you have a community too then? Yeah, there's people that are active in the Discord. I don't post a whole lot in the Discord, but when someone does ask me a question, that Discord pings me. So when somebody is on the Discord asking questions, I get to it whenever I can. I don't always I'm not always sitting like next to my PC, but I might see it and I'm like, okay, well this merits a longer response. I need to go get a few links. Maybe they ask me for a few weak auras or something. So definitely respond whenever I can to all of the people on the community Discord. But yeah, there's some people that are active there. There's some people that share a few things. Maybe when they get a few drops or something like that. Oh, the echo cannon got him. Rhett. Okay, how's my healer doing on mana? Oh, we're good. We're good. I was a little worried. Let's not be too worried. Alright. So this pull's gonna suck. This is a lot of magic damage going out on me, right? So what I want to focus on is definitely focus on that damage gets real heavy. If all of the magic damage hits you all at once, like energy lashes and 2 blowtorches and stuff, it'll add up. It'll add up. Your healer will hate you for sure, and that's exactly what's happening right now. I want to maximize my ignore pains right now. It kind of, and by kind of I mean it really sucks that you can't interrupt the masterminds. At this point, no more shield block. At this point, it's all ignore pain because the small ads, they're dead, right? So all of my focus into ignore pain. These masterminds, I think, do melee every now and then, but it's honestly the smallest thing you have to worry about with them. That's one of the worst pulls. The worst pull is right before the last boss. All right. Let's run in here and pull this. And let's get our Demo Shout up. I don't have Avatar up, but Demo Shout will be back up by the time Avatar is back up. So we can actually just spam things how they are right now. Are you a Bigwigs or a DBM user? I am a DBM user. Yeah. I recently did a video on all of my add-ons, Andrew, if you're interested, on like my unit frames, my bars, anything like that that I use. The only thing that is not listed in that video is stuff that I use for Auction House, which I use TSM and Auctioneer. I find it easier to sell stacks of things via Auctioneer than the TSM4. So yeah, those are the only two that are not included. So I do get that chemical burn, and I've heard you can spell reflect it, but the cast time on it is so weird. Like sometimes she's stuck in certain animations, sometimes she's not, sometimes she delays it a little bit more. So when that chemical burn goes out, throw that spell reflect on yourself to try to stay alive. Just like right now, I'm still burning. Still burning. Okay, how's my healer doing on mana? Not too bad. Let's avatar. Let's run in. Keep the dream alive. This is gonna suck. These war machines hurt a lot. They do something called charge shot, and they are going to be doing so much magic damage. Right here, here it is. Charge shot. That is all the magic damage you could ever ask for, all at once, being done to you. So here's another charge shot. Let me just try to... I try to get a charge in, but again, charge. Set out of range. I was like 5 feet away. Alright, so there's a full IP. You guys saw that? It ate through a full IP in 2 shots. Oh man, charge shot. I don't like it. Those certain like little things on trash mobs that just destroy you. And if you're not careful, if you don't know which ones they are, you might wipe a few times. You met WoW one, but that's a good one. You'll definitely join. Oh, a big WoW community. There's a few Discords. There's like there's one for pugging Mythic Pluses, if you're interested in that. There's like the secret finding community Discord. That's a cool one to check in every now and then. Every now and then they find some really neat things there. And if you're interested in other things of WoW, like let's say you're really bored with raiding and 5-man content and something, you know, maybe that's just not for you, I would suggest a secret finding community. I don't know what bug has gotten into Blizzard lately, but they've been putting in a lot of little things where you might find it might be a data mined model, but nobody knows how to get it. And so there are actually quite a decent amount of secrets in WoW now. So if you are tired of certain things, there's more to WoW than just raiding in 5-mans. If you walk right through the middle, you don't pull anything. Nice. I think that's the first time that's ever happened to me in a pug, where everybody just walked right through that middle part. Share your memes? What? What memes? What are you talking about? Also, Rhett, if you needed to share your armory, someone was asking you, you can share it now. I've seen you in here very active and like helping me answer a lot of questions, Rhett, in the past few weeks, so I really do appreciate it. If you run your own key, how to pick people or class? When I do run my own keys, I only really filter through item level. So like let's say I'm running normal old deer, right? Normal old deer drops 355. So in order for you to do that content, you need to be at least 340, right? If you're lower than 340, you might be able to get away with it only if you're DPS. But even then, it's just going to be one of those things where you should be within 15 item levels of your reward to run that content, right? Anything lower than 340, you're probably going to have a tough time. So when I do run my own content, that's the rule I go by. It's not necessarily classes so much. Like if I was going to run my own keystone, I would want to get a Holy Paladin, but if only a Resto Shaman applies, but the Resto Shaman has good item level, then that means that the Resto Shaman has done their content, they know how to play their class, so I'm gonna take whoever it is. So I don't necessarily filter by classes. I more or less filter by item level, because I do firmly believe that you need to be within a reasonable amount of item level of the reward. Like, you need to be within 10 to 15 item levels of whatever that content drops. That being said, if I'm running normal old deer, drops 355, and you're item level 354, but you're a feral druid, I'll still invite you. You've done the content, you have the gear, like, you've proven yourself. So yeah, I don't discriminate against classes, but I also don't just single them out. This pull's gonna suck. This is the pull that is terrible. All right, let's get the technician first. I don't have avatar up right now, which definitely sucks, and there's charge shot going down on me right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop shield wall before, because right now is gonna be the period of highest damage, right? So it's gonna be when I'm taking charge shot, when I'm taking some of these debuffs. The overcharge went off. I think it actually got off. It did. So that overcharge is gonna suck. Oh, somebody took away the debuff. Oh, we got a massive spell. I was like, who can take away the debuff? Very nice. So I'm gonna pop my last stand, try to stay alive. The goal on this trash pull for me, honestly, try to stay alive. That's it. That's my only focus on this trash. There's not much else I can do. I can't say I'm for sure just gonna rotate this and stay alive. It's a struggle to try to stay alive, and we managed to do it. Used all my cooldowns, but we did it. Okay, so now we've got the last boss here. We have 8 minutes left on this Motherlode +8. Might as well wait for the healer. Oh, somebody died. They're asking for shout. Healer mana up. At this point, we might as well run a perfect boss fight, right? So when you are getting this close, like, +2ing this key is not my focus, but even then it had like 10 seconds left. So at this point, instead of rushing another 3 seconds on the key, what I can focus on is making sure that we run into this boss fight with the biggest amount of chance of success. That's something that I see some pug groups just kind of rush, right? Like, hey, we have 10 seconds left on a +2 for this key. We got to jump in there right now and do everything right now. And it's like, if you wait another 5 seconds, you can have a much higher chance of success. Okay, so what's gonna suck is we have a carpet bomb happening over here. So I need to be very careful with how I run. Oh. Okay, I managed to avoid that. Alright, so now we've got the ads. These ads, they do have skittish, but they do bounce around regardless. Like, they have a debuff that they throw on a random person anyway. So as much as I can try to control these ads, I should, but it's not something I need to like completely be upset about if they do bounce around, because that the charges, I forget what it's called. It's like a laser beam that they do, just aims the random person. So nice. Let's get the drill smash going here. Did I move out a little too much? No, we're good. And we have one more drill smash happening way over here. That didn't reach it, but almost. We dealt with the ads. Here it is. It gives the healer a little bit more time to catch up, to be completely honest with you. So I'm going to pull him to the middle of the room and then see where the Boombas go and see where I need to move to. So, if I stay actually right here, we'll be fine. I just need to pull him all the way this way for everybody else. Also, spell reflect his auto attacks. His auto attacks are magic attacks. He doesn't actually melee or anything like that. So, if you can, use your spell reflect on cooldown. It won't help out a crazy amount, but in the long run, it'll add up. It'll add up. Who knows? Your healer might even start believing in Prot warriors again if you use that spell reflect on cooldown. Nice. We got this +8 key done in time, an extra 5 minutes. Very nice. Did we get any loot? No loot, but hey, we got the shield the last run. That was a good one. Let's see, Motherlode +8. Just adding everything to the description so that if you guys watch VODs, you guys can just watch the rip keys. And how long did that key take? 33 minutes. Alright, so instead of like hearthing out, I can just actually get back out to the major city. You got a 370 Residence I last night? Prescott, I am jealous, man. I am very jealous. I have some good trinkets though, so I shouldn't complain too much. I've got a 360 Spore Pods, which I really like. It's the only thing that heals me. And then I've got a 370 from Heroic Vectis, I think this is. Somewhere in Eldir. But 370 Residence I. For some reason, Rhett, that link is not working for me. I wonder why. Could that be it? Should we chant something? Tank misses drill smash, proceeds to blame the hunter. It was the hunter's fault. Everybody saw it. It's live. It's on VOD. Has there been any rip yet today? Yeah, Rhett. The first key we jumped into, somebody got mad that we were running ahead, and then somebody was like, you need to pull these guys. Somebody else proceeded to body pull something ahead of us, and the person that said come back and pull these guys got so angry that we didn't pull the trash that he wanted to, that he just instantly left the keep. And it was a Atal the Gore +9, I think, or something. The WoW servers are on fire. Wait, what? Why? I'm not having any issues. My lag seems fine. Not a rip key feels bad, man. Oh, man. Oh, everyone's clicking your link. Oh, I see. You're talking about their internet servers. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's be a Raider IO shill here. So these were my previous runs. We did an Atal Dazar today. Atal Dazar 9, right? We just did a Motherlode. I don't think that's going to be updated. IOS. Oh, I'm going to break 700. Break 700? 692. Oh, it's not. It hasn't been updated yet. Oh, the WoW servers really are on fire. They really are. The Atal Dazar I ran hasn't been... Oh, can we just do this? That? Waiting for an available worker? Yeah, I think everything is on fire. I think you guys are onto something. I want to break 700. The WoW Armory servers. Yeah, so if the WoW Armory servers are broken, I would imagine the leaderboards are broken too, right? Yeah. Sure seems like it. And it's not updating anything at all. Try logging out of the game. You're at 370. Wait, what? You're at 370 item level equipped? Oh, 370 IO score. I was like, wait, what? Where do you see the leaderboards? Aha. Okay. Let's see. Let's type in Dalaran Atal Dazar. Oh. What? The season is over? Alright, Blizzard. Something is for sure on fire. I don't know what's going on, Blizzard. Oh wait, it loaded up. It loaded up now. Here we go. So I ran a +9, so we should be somewhere in this area. There it is. But it's not... Okay, so at least it is kind of updating somewhat. Alright, it'll get updated later. Alright. Befuddled had his Raider IO blown up in a poster and it's right next to his bed. It really is. It really is. I'm just like, come on, guys. I just want to break 1K. Once I break 1K, I'll be like, I'm okay. I can start doing something else now. Takes a while to update unless you contribute something to them and skip queue times. Yeah. Must be Classic. Classic is breaking all the servers. That's what it is. They're trying to get Classic up and running. All right, let's log on to the Monk and see what we can do this week. My Monk. What item level am I on the Monk? Let's find out. Let's find out what item level I am on the Monk. Don't remember. I think I'm close to 340, which isn't very high. A monk has made it to the water. That helmet, yeah, it doesn't go with the rest of it. I recently got it as an upgrade, man. All right. So running the right spec. Yeah, my transmog set. What should it be?
Do you need protection?
The Diablo panel for BlizzCon looks promising. Yeah, I for sure think we're getting Diablo 4. All right, let's see. What kind of shenanigans should we do on this guy? +5 Atal Dazar. Gonna have that Rezan trinket. Definitely jump into that. And my item level 342. Not great. Not terrible. Yo, thanks for that, by the way. Holy moly, I appreciate it. Let me I need to log in. I really do appreciate that. That definitely caught me off guard, my friend. Thank you. Trying to log into Streamlabs real quick. Oh man. You hope they don't waste time on mobile games? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they really do have like the whole mobile game thing going. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope that they aren't also like wasting time on creating mobile games and stuff like that. But I don't know. It sure looks like it. It sure looks like they might be. Oh wait, I need to log in this way. Keep doing what you enjoy. You've been extremely informative and a great asset to the Protection Warrior community. Watch your YouTube vids as well. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Just looking at the donations here. All right, so let's get into a key. Let's get into some nonsense here. +4 temple. +4 freehold as well. Freehold is not bad on a monk since you can detox yourself, so it makes it kind of cool. You need blackout combo. You're loving it. Blackout combo is nice. I consider running high tolerance autopilot though. I consider this for sure autopilot. This is the autopilot spec. You don't want to worry too much about your current brews, your current comboing, anything like that. It's just, this is autopilot. And you can absolutely get away with it. On a monk, you can just get away with doing this. You should farm Warfronts and go all bloody red. I did farm a decent amount of Warfronts. Like I have Honorbound here, Honorbound here. I had some pieces, but after a while, I think this is Honorbound as well. Yeah, I had some pieces, but There's only so much Warfront that I can do. Here's the how it should look, right? Here's how it currently looks because I didn't transmog the helmet. I also got pants in my Mythic Plus cache. This is the full look. Doing a +5 shrine right now. You want to kill yourself? Why? Why? Who's this going that bad? The world of Diablo, the only thing that can kill WoW. Hey, you know what? If they... So you remember when they were working on Titan? Titan eventually became Overwatch. But that means that when they're working on their next MMO, they're not going to be working on WoW 2.0. Because Titan was supposed to be their follow-up MMO, right? But it was completely different. Like everything you see in Overwatch, there's nothing that has any correlation to World of Warcraft. So when they build their next MMO that they're happy with, it's not going to be WoW related. So World of Diablo might not be as far off as you might think. I think they might have a bigger fan base by doing it with StarCraft. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna do WoW 2.0, man. Nonsense? Don't you mean getting into some shenanigans? That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. You're right. You are absolutely correct. Out of curiosity, why do I prefer YouTube over Twitch for streaming, Andrew? It's just because I have Warfronts is so boring. I agree, Tony. That's why there's only so much I can do. The reason I stream, I actually stream to both now. So if you want to watch me on Twitch, Andrew, you absolutely can. Just twitch.tv/befuddled_gaming, right? Same thing. But the reason why I started streaming here instead is because I was already making guides here. So the large majority of people were already here. So when, I mean, this was when I first started. If I was streaming to YouTube, there would be like, I don't know, 10 people watching or something like that. And then I decided to stream over on Twitch one day, like on a Friday or something. And I think I had a grand total of 1 viewer. So if I want to actually reach the audience that I've built by doing my YouTube videos, I have to stream on that same platform. That being said, it's not impossible that I might switch over to Twitch for streams one day. But right now I can tell you that, like, current numbers, let's see. I don't think the Twitch numbers, why is my dashboard okay? On Twitch there are 7 people as opposed to YouTube where there's 75. So I stream to both. I thought everybody got summoned. I stream to both, but yeah, YouTube is definitely my main platform. So did Prot Warriors get a buff yesterday? They did, Bobby Brown, and I've been tanking on my Prot Warrior for already the first 2.5 hours of the stream. It's not anything crazy. It's about a 1% buff to physical damage mitigation with armor. It really depends on your item level and stuff like that. 1 to 2% is the buff to armor, and you also got about 10,000 more HP depending on your item level. That's, you know, anywhere between 8 to 12 really, depending on what your item level was. So you get a little bit more HP, a little bit more mitigation, but warriors just need an overhaul. It's not something that a small little tweak here or there is going to change. Warriors just need new rotational abilities, or they remove their mastery, so maybe a brand new mastery, maybe get Ignore Pain off the global, or remove Ignore Pain altogether and give us an actual self-heal for actual self-sustain. They need something more. What that is going to be can just be left to the devs, you know. Still waiting on StarCraft Ghost. Yeah, for like, what was that? Like the Nintendo 64? How long ago was that supposed to come out? Xbox? I don't remember. You didn't even know I had a Twitch? Yeah, at the end of most of my actual like edited videos, I let you guys know that I stream here and on Twitch, so you guys, you know, watch me wherever you want. You do follow you on Twitch? You're Sargaric. Nice, Andrew. Yes, I remember the name. It looked promising, but it took forever to do something about it. Yes, StarCraft Ghost did look really cool, but I agree. They just kind of sat on it for a little bit. YouTube community isn't as toxic either. Oh man. People signing up to Mythic Plus and then playing like it's the first time in a dungeon. It might be. With enough Warfront, there's been Warfronts 2 times in a row, and there has been 3 or 4 world bosses in rotation now. So it's completely possible that you have like a 350 item level, and it's your first Mythic Plus you've ever done. It is a possibility. Whose key is it? Not my key. Biggest problem with Warrior is that we have no self-heal, and yet we have the lowest HP pool. I don't think we have the lowest HP pool anymore. I think the lowest HP pool goes to monks of an equivalent item level, but stagger. Alright, let's pop our ISB, jump in here. Just jump into some things, right? Now, we do have Fortified and Bolstering on this level of Keystone, so I still have to watch out for the Bolster. That being said, the one thing I can ignore is Skittish, but running Rushing Jadewind, you should be able to ignore Skittish anyway. Like, Rushing Jadewind does a really good job at picking up AoE threat, so if you actually get your kegs out before your Fire Breaths and keep your Rushing Jadewinds up, then you shouldn't have an issue with Skittish regardless. That's true, Ren. Most of this troll will met on YouTube. Xbox for like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Oh, it's supposed to be out for the original Xbox? Yeah. All I remember was a platform that died about 2 platforms ago. That's what I remember. Alright, so one cool thing about running on my monk that I really like that I don't have on my warrior is the ability to CC. So, like, somebody body pulled the pole next to us, and while that normally would mean I have to run over there and get like my Devastate off or maybe a Fear Bomb off to interrupt that mech jockey, look at that. Just paralysis. Paralysis, we're good. We don't have to worry about anything. Now, he does have a few stacks of bolster, but he's not going to try to run back in and actually activate that mech. It works as an interrupt. It's also a CC. Yeah, there's a few things that I think Warrior could use some love on. A type of CC would be nice. And also, yes, a heal. We used to have a heal called Enraged Regen. It was like 30% of your HP. It was a pretty fast heal, kind of like a Frenzied Regen. I think if they bring that back to a certain extent, I think it'd be cool. Or what they can also do is what Manaroth Bracers used to do in Legion. If they have that kind of built into the spec, then that would also be really neat. So the more rage you spend, the more you heal. So you also have a bit of a skill cap there, right? So if you play a warrior and let's say you overcap on rage all the time and you don't know how to use your rage, you don't prioritize it, then that Manaroth Bracer effect is really going to be a little bit more wasted on you. And then the people that don't overcap, that always use their rage, that know when to use it, how to use that heal, it has a little bit of a skill gap there. And I'm all for systems that are easy to use and affect everyone, but then also have a little bit of a higher skill cap component to them, right? Like, you can tell the difference between a good Blood Decay and a Blood Decay who just doesn't know the toolkit, right? Just by Death Striking at the right time, maybe holding on to Death Strike, using all of their interrupts in order to minimize damage taken by using Grip as an interrupt, Mind Freeze as an interrupt, Gorfine Grasp as an interrupt, and Asphyxiate, like even AMS, you know, throw some AMS in there. There's a really big disparity, and I'm all for systems that do that, right? Systems that help that help players that understand all of the ins and outs shine. I thought we were gonna pull that. This is also why I like running Chi Wave. No energy cost pull. Oh man. All right, so we don't have Skittish, so I don't have to worry too much about something like that. Let's throw out my leg sweep right here because the Hall of Fletches did go out. Let me also detox myself. And at this point, we should be okay. Should be. Keyword should be. Alright. It won't be able to get in here. I don't know if it was the damage I was taking or just the amount of damage everybody else was taking that the healer wasn't able to catch up with me. I would think it's the amount of damage everybody else was taking. Yeah, everybody is dying. It's not just me. So that might have had something to do with it. Maybe even the healer got frozen by the spritzer. So there's a Hall of Fletches. I'm gonna go ahead and everybody's dead. How did this one trash pull kill everybody? It's just me and a warrior up. Oh, we're good. What's the damage looking like? Damage isn't bad, especially being a +4. That was no good. That was no good. Oh, let's do this. Let's help out. But yeah, I think if they gave warriors an enraged regen, maybe to a lesser degree, it doesn't need to be a really big heal like enraged regen used to be. It could be enraged regen just kind of happens over the course of like 30 seconds or something, so it's a very, very slow heal. But we definitely need some kind of self-sustain. And if they don't necessarily want to give us a self-sustain, then unfortunately, and I don't think a lot of people are going to like this, unfortunately, I think the only other way to make it be is to remove the self-sustain that other classes have. So it's either most of the tank, I understand the DK is an exception, right? DK has that built in. That's the way that they mitigate their damage. But it's either like if one tank can't have it and they feel weak because of it, then maybe just remove it from the other tanks as well. And it's not going to be a popular opinion. Everyone's going to say there's no need to nerf everyone. But if that's the route that they want to take, right? Oh, God. If the route that Blizzard wants to take is there shouldn't be self-sustain on a tank, then there shouldn't be self-sustain on a tank. But I really do believe that they should add self-sustain to the tank. Legion was a little out of hand with everybody. I think everybody had too much healing in Legion, but they need to find a nice balance for it. But yeah, on this monk, priority is just maintaining ISB 100% uptime, and then after that, you can kind of choose to expel harm whenever you have certain orbs. You can kind of have that be your self-sustain by holding on to those orbs. Rushing Jadewind uptime is also important for AoE threat. And what I'm going to do here is actually CC that mech jockey. There it is. Very nice, very easy to do. Something I can't necessarily do on my warrior, unfortunately. So now that mech jockey, let's say somebody does decide to break out that mech jockey from that CC, he's still not going to try to cast the ability to get back into that mech. It's a one-time thing. He already did it, and that's as far as it's gonna get. So now we can break him out and not have anything to worry about. So I can break him out, he'll come back to me. It's also really nice to have a taunt that increases run speed in my direction. Missing Legion already. It's not so much that I miss Legion. I just feel like Prot Warriors were in a better place in Legion. And that being said, Prot Warriors weren't strong in Legion. I don't think there was anyone who was like, Prot Warriors are broken OP in Legion. I think that firmly belonged to Guardian Druid. And then the big reason why I don't want to be overpowered as a Prot Warrior is because of stuff like that, right? Like you have a really strong class like a Guardian Druid for one whole expansion. So then Blizzard looks at you and they pick up their nerf bat and they hit you so hard with that nerf bat, it just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. So the big reason why I never want Prot Warriors to be OP is because I don't want to get hit by that nerf bat. I just want to be above average. That's it. If I am the third best tank out of all the tanks, I am in a perfect position. I don't want to be first, I don't want to be second. Put me as the third best tank and I'm good. That's the ideal position to be in. It means that nobody's gonna be looking at you. Alright, I do have Ring of Peace to interrupt that. Or actually, I thought it interrupted the Hall of Fletches. Oh, it did. Okay. It didn't interrupt the cast time before, it interrupted the actual cast time of the ability. Alright, let's get our... I threw out my stun, but apparently I clipped that as well. Let's do this. By the way, time walking was also overtuned. Most people... Yes. Time walking was something else this week. I did it a lot on my mage because my mage hit 120 this past week, and so I did a lot of it. I did a lot of time walking to get gear because it was 335 item level, but I agree it was overturned. Good morning, Brendan. Brendan, how's it going, man? We were talking about you earlier. I was showing off the Astral Keys add-on, and I was showing like my mage, and I was like, yeah, I ran a key on my mage. I actually ran him with Brandon. And then I was talking about certain keys that are difficult this week, and I was like, yeah, Waycrest isn't very fun. You can find yourself in trouble randomly in Waycrest where things are gonna have really big stacks of bolstering. And I talked about the nightmares I had yesterday of a maggot too big to fit inside of a hallway. That was terrible. That being said, I appreciate you taking me. I still need to gear up my mage a little bit. Alright, let's do this and roll out of the way. Oh, my roll is on cooldown. I barely dodged that. It's harder than Mythic 0. Yeah, time walking was definitely harder than Mythic 0. I agree. It was one of those things where I did time walking a lot on my mage, and I did the... I don't remember, the Caverns of Time one, where you have to go to different points in like different types of time, and there's like Tehran, like the Shadow of Tehran or something that you beat up, all sorts of like little things. That dungeon was extremely overtuned. The last boss on that one, where you kind of like go back in time and you get all your cooldowns back up, that last boss took a very long time. He was hard to take down. It was like current content level. Where do you get friends? There's like something called like social media or something or other. I've heard that you can also buy friends sometimes. I would need to look that up to verify. Maybe if you run a key with someone, you can put up a personal ad on Craigslist and be like, hey, to the person who I ran a +8 key with yesterday, I just wanted to let you know that this is my real ID, and I want to add you. I would really appreciate it if we ran more keys. I felt like we instantly had a connection, and I just felt like we would have a really good time running keys together. Only serious inquiries only, please. Not that I've spent any time on personals on Craigslist. This is what a friend told me. I think you can buy them in trade chat. You can buy a few friends on the auction house, actually. They're called non-combat pets. They follow you around. You can tell them what to do. You can tell them to like bite things, kick things in the face, maybe a few ice lances or something. You can buy a few friends. A friend with a mind of their own. That's the one that's difficult to get. That's the one that, I don't know, man. Good luck with that one. Alright. Let's do a little bit of kiting here. Alright. My interrupt is back up, so I can run back in. That Earth Shaper is no longer going to be an issue. There it is. Rock Lance. No, thank you. Misconnections in trade chat. That's right. That's how it happens. Hey, you were selling a cloak yesterday for 32k. I asked you to sell it for 25k or no deal, and you logged off. I'm sorry. I'll buy it for 32k. I apologize. You're right. It is worth that much. That was a clutch key. Yeah, we got it done with like what, 10 extra seconds or something. That was definitely flirting with a rip key clock there. I'm gonna get hit with Rock Lance. Let's do that. Sorry guys, I don't have time to aim my ring of peace very well when I'm just trying to interrupt two Rock Lances. This hurts a lot. I don't know if I can survive this, so I might as well just vivify myself. Is my healer No. Huh. There's a rock lance going out. Let me just go ahead and interrupt that. If another rock lance goes out, I do have a leg sweep, and my name is Cobra Kai Dojo, so I do sweep the leg on occasion. There's a sweep the leg right there. Saw that rock lance. Can't sneak it by me. This damage, man. I don't know if it's the damage, if it's me. I don't know what's going on. The no beard stream. What? A befuddled RP stream? 10K on... Nope. Oh, man. Okay, ever since I have had facial hair, I've only shaved it off once. Guys, I don't even know what my real chin looks like anymore. I have no idea. I don't think the world is ready for that. I really don't. I know I'm not ready for it. There's a Furious Quake. Okay, perfect. So before you can interrupt these Stone Furies on Mythic, you need to first get rid of their bubble. So the Quake was going out, but he still had a bubble. So I didn't want to waste my interrupt with him being immune. You're downloading WoW right now. Any advice for new players? COD play? Jump in, man. Jump in. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and there are gonna be some people who have been playing this game for like 13-14 years that might be a little dickish to you because they think it's so second nature because they've been playing this game for that long. Don't worry about that. Just run the game, ask questions, and honestly enjoy your leveling experience as much as you can. Take your time, but don't try to get ahead of yourself. To be completely honest, WoW is one of those games where the end game is very different than the rest of the game. So like what you see now with me tanking, it's not something that you're going to be able to replicate in any decent capacity running lower dungeons. So like let's say you start running a level 20 dungeon, you won't be able to actually tank like this. It's going to be more of a rush, more of a hurry up and do this because everybody just wants to get to maximum level. So take your time leveling, enjoy it, slow down, explore things. If you die, if you know, ask questions, and don't worry about the end game until you get there. There's nothing you can do about learning the end game early because there's nothing that replicates the end game early. All right, maybe there's a second chin under there, dude. For all I know, you might be onto something. To be completely honest with you, I have no idea. The world has not seen this for a very long time. Oh no, those Earth Shapers got me. That's what hurt. I don't have spell reflect. Oh, I see a rock lance going out right now. Uh-oh. try to time my expel harm with those rock lances going out. Oh no, going down to this. Ask the nice people questions, aka me. If you need any advice while leveling COD play, you can join the community Discord. I'll spam it here. You can join the community Discord. I'm more than welcome to answer any questions. But to be honest, most of it is just kind of like take your time and level up the way you want to until you hit that max level. Because max level is very different. So there's only so much that you can try to get ready for it. Just jump in there and do things until you hit that max level. Alright, so I don't think anyone's alive. I don't think my healer's alive. No, healer's definitely not here. It's just being a warrior. Rip Key. Why is it that on my warrior keys go smoothly? I almost said it on my monk. Best advice: alliance are a big no-no. Yeah, no. I mean, pick whatever you want. Oh, here's one bit of advice that actually will impact your game. So whenever you are creating a new character, Blizzard tries to put you in what's realms and like different servers, and they're gonna try to put you in a low population realm that is not impacted. You don't want to do that. You want a high population realm. So definitely a realm that says full on the list is going to be a good realm for you. So that's one piece of advice. The more people that there are in a realm, the better the economy is, and the cheaper things are going to be for you just buying things, right? So that's one thing you should look out for when you are creating a brand new character. Don't pick an empty realm. Click a realm that actually has a lot of people. This is going to be a ton of stacks of bolstering. This just needs to be a fresh wipe. I don't know why it's been carried out and dragged out this long. It just needs to be a fresh wipe at this point. I can vivify myself over here in a corner on the other side of this. Rock lance just went out on me. There it is. Oh, hey, there's another rock lance over here. This is 5 stacks of bolstering. We just need to wipe it. Every now and then, you just gotta start fresh. The mines cause bolstering. Look at this. It's 6 stacks of bolstering. Why don't we just agree to die? We just all need to agree to wipe it. The sapper, 1 bomb is going to kill you. Final blast. Nice. Alright, this guy, nice and fresh Earth Shaper here. Let's get our ISB up. Interrupt him. Let's go. You only get your first leveling experience once. Take advantage of it. Yeah. And honestly, if you want to run into mobs that are going to one-shot you for the sake of science, just do it, man. Just run around. Run around, explore the world. Yeah, honestly. You slash farted the AH and I laugh, please contact. That's... Vivify is not even on the keyboard. Yeah, I shouldn't have to cast Vivify on myself, to be honest with you. It's one of those things that it's like, I shouldn't have to. I have it on my bars in case I need to, but it shouldn't be something I have hot bound. Healer should be able to keep me nice and healthy. Alright, so here's the Resonant Pulse. I'm going to go ahead and get a leg sweep out on this Earth Rager close by, just so that I can keep tanking here. And hopefully nobody runs in front of Azeroth, so that we don't have the smashes just going out on people. I believe Glock, are you bullying me right now? When Blizzard selected your realm, they put me in Dalaran. Now it's one of the fullest. Yes, so Dalaran is a very full realm. Illidan is another full realm. That being said, Illidan has its own reputation that you kind of need to watch out for. So there's a lot of realms that are very full that you can definitely hop into. I do not suggest jumping into an empty realm. Everybody's dead. Why is everybody dead? 2 people are dead. Healer is dying. Man, what is my item level on this tune? 342? 342. Not too bad. Definitely more than enough. On a monk, this is more than enough to be able to do this content, but every pull, there's like 3 people dying. Whether it's me or whether it's some DPS. When we started this key, all of the, like the Halls of Fletches were getting people and stuff. Is my healer? Ooh, my healer is very healthy on mana. People are just dying. You're from Illidan? Rhett. I can tell, man. That's why you called me... Wait, what was it that you said? Vivify not on bars. Did you say NA? Did you say NA monk? Because I feel like you did. Best monk NA. You did. That's why you're from Illidan. Shaman Heals was 318 with 90k HP. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Brendan. That key was all sorts of funkiness happening. I agree. This is amazing. The Druid 8 Rock Lance. This is that pull was no fun. I'm glad you're enjoying that pull, Brendan. You can CC a Ring of Peace the ads. I can paralysis them, but then when they become buffed, then they'll break and they're immune to CC. and in that case there was 2 buffed ads, and the ones that were not buffed actually died. So in that case, I don't think it would have helped much, because the only thing I saw was 2 buffed ads. But yeah, I'll interrupt that transmog, or transfiguration, whatever it is. Alright, I can leg sweep the transfiguration if there's no interrupt. Yeah, there's no interrupt. I interrupted the blowtorch, so I didn't have an interrupt up for that. Oh man. Alright. Time for some bolster fun times. Hopefully nothing gets out of hand and just completely nukes everyone. Alright, I think we're good. We're good. We're good. You have a 350 monk. Which keys do you think you can handle? Honestly, you can probably be doing +5s, +6s. If you really want to push yourself, I don't know. You might be able to do a little bit more, but I would say +5 is a nice place for you to be at right now, for that item level, that is. All right, so let's just get our expel harms going there. Let me interrupt that transmute. And we are going to get a little bit of bolstering here. Nothing too bad, though. That transmute here, let's interrupt it. Have I healed at all or got any tips? You kind of want to heal on your pally and tank on war. You have a DPS alt. I have not healed at max level, so no, so not really. I've healed. I started leveling a healer, but honestly, until you get to max level, it's a completely different game at max level. So honestly, I'm not healed. Not this expansion. I healed a little bit in Legion, but without legendaries and without artifact weapons, it's a different beast. Did that guy get knocked into more ads? Yes, he did. I saw that knockback. I was like, I hope it doesn't pull anything. Always a good time here. Every now and then you get a rip key. It kind of rips your heart. It's like, oh no, my soul. Please stop it. It hurts. This is one of those. This is one of those times. Come over here. All right. You did a +10 King's Rest last night. It was something else. I'm sure you had a lot of fun on that pull before the last boss, the Zol ad. I'm sure Fortified Skittish on that guy is really, really fun. Is he infested too? He might as well be. You might as well infest him. It's not really going to change it on a one trash pull, but you might as well infest him. Just for fun. Just for good measure. Just curious. Yeah, you healed last X-Pack. You don't know how different it was. I think most of the healer classes are feeling a lot weaker now, to be honest, without legendaries and without the artifact weapon. Just like tanking classes and stuff, where you lose faster cooldowns. You know, a lot of those things are going to be applying to everyone, and as a healer, it's also going to be applying to you. Just feeling that, like, the slower cooldowns, the force kind of went out, and I was silenced as that force kind of went out. I was going to try to Ring of Peace, but I couldn't. Alright, let's do some expel harm. He felt infested, but no, he wasn't. Oh man, he might as well have been, I'm telling you. That guy, I hate that trash mob. Did you do it on your monk, Brendan? Alright, how's my healer doing on mana? He's almost So, there it is. I was going to say, he needs to eat, especially before this pull. This pull's no fun. Alright. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, let's do this. Just knock those guys back and only focus on these guys. I also pop Fortifying Brew, just trying to stay alive, and I don't think it's working. Definitely not working. Zen Med for a little bit, as much as I could before I got meleeed. Yeah. My stagger wasn't even crazy high there. Okay. I don't think we can do this key. I really don't think we can. Yeah, healer died. I think this is a rip key. Popped everything I had there. Yeah, not gonna happen. Pretty sure just a piece of your soul still in King Dressed. You went over by 20 minutes. Hey, over by 20 minutes on a oh, here's the ninja pull. Over by 20 minutes on a +10 King's Rest is not bad, man. It really isn't. Guys, you have a tail here. And these guys do this, right? And so you want to kill them as soon as possible. Wait, healer isn't even here with me anymore. What? Alright, you stay away from me. Here's the Ring of Peace. Where's the healer? Oh, hi, healer. How nice of you to join me. I don't think we're gonna get past this trash mob, to be honest with you. I really just don't see it. How's it going today? Brian, we were doing really good. But now we're getting rip keys. And it's so weird. It's like, hey, let's switch to the monk. Let's switch to the easier tank. And now it's like, nope. Nope. Easy tank? Easy tank what? No. Get out of here. There is no easy tank. You're just gonna die now. So let me just go ahead and throw that Ring of Peace out. Minimize that damage a little bit, like as best as I can. My stagger isn't getting crazy high. That being said, it's a lot of magic damage that just needs to be healed through. It doesn't translate to being staggered as well as you might think. And oh man, I'm dying. I'm dying. Let me try. The best way I can mitigate magic damage is honestly by trying to avoid it, and the masterminds don't allow you to. It's just not something that they do. So I think we can stay alive now. Most of the trash pull died at this point. There's the Ring of Peace. Oh no. Don't kill me. Come on. We have to be able to kill at least one guy. Let me I did a paralysis on that guy to not have him transform. That's it, guys. I'm broken. My gear is breaking. My soul is breaking. I don't have my mammoth on these guys, on this guy's bars. Let's throw that on there. Get a repair going. My soul is slowly dying. Easier tank, is that a real thing? It should have been. Blame the healer. I'm gonna keep my hands clean on this one. His HPS is not cutting the mustard. I think that's what it is. You tried that pull in teaming. It sucked before it was nerfed. Do I have dampen harm? I'm not running dampen harm. I'm running bob and weave. Or no, yeah, dampen harm is where bob and weave is. All right, I think we got it this time because now they're at half capacity. It just, you know, a few wipes and we're good. And then, wait, somebody said, where's the, you think I should, Demon Hunter? Okay, I'm going to take that into consideration now. Dampen Harm seemed like it was an extra cooldown and shouldn't be necessary if you had good stagger uptime, but I can absolutely run it. It's a 1 minute cooldown, right? For that 20%, or up to 50% less, right? CC1 add and then pull. Yeah, CC hasn't gone over too well. with this group so far, but we can absolutely try that. We made it. We made it. That talent saves lives. Am I gonna go to the convention? Oh, to BlizzCon? No, I won't be there. Oh, it's a 2-minute cooldown. I mean, that's not bad anyway. Oh, he was asking for a repair. Alright. Are we all good? Are we all set? I wonder what the... I try my best to avoid certain add-ons that can cause like certain biases, like add-ons that tell you people's average equipped item level just from looking at them. But I wonder what that average item level is. Alright, where do we have the first spewing over here? Oh, the warriors on this side, so let me just go over here. Gonna get that virtual ticket though? Maybe. I'm still debating it. The WoW Classic thing, I think it's a little silly. Like, I have the 4 CD installation of vanilla in my parents' garage. Can I just go pick that up? Is that considered a WoW demo? Yeah, it's WoW Classic demo isn't enough to convince me to buy a virtual ticket, but maybe it might be. It's definitely like borderline making me consider buy that ticket. What is my item level on my monk? 342. Oh yeah, he got you. Rhett got you, man. Unless I get an upgrade at the end of this run. That being said, I legitimately don't know what upgrades. Since I don't main my monk too much. I don't search for upgrades all too much on my monk. Is BlizzCon in LA or Vegas? BlizzCon is in Anaheim, so in the LA area. At least it's been in the Anaheim Convention Center every single time. I think they also do that because Blizzard is located in Irvine. Blizzard headquarters is located in Irvine, so I think it's just easier for them to also just have it be nearby so that they can just kind of get in and get out for those few days because everybody lives in the area. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why they do the things that they do. Repair, nope. No repair for you. The only good drop from there is the Azurite headpiece. Hey, maybe I'll get that. I don't think I have a good Azurite headpiece. I have not been focusing on Azurite pieces on this guy. Well, I haven't really been playing too much Monk, but that'd be nice. I have a 340, and I don't think it has a very good stat on it. Just try to stay alive, guys. Just try your best. Oh man, I was definitely over purifying there. Can I do this? They're immune to paralysis. Yeah, I definitely over purified on that guy just to try to avoid death, but we got really damn close. Dang, you're having way too much fun with this. You just missed it. Oh yeah, somebody asked me, you missed a Prot gameplay? Yeah, so if you check out the VOD, so Metal Underground demo, if you look at the description of the video, I write what keys I do, and for the first, I think like 2.5 hours, I played Prot Warrior, and I got a +9 and a +8 done in time, actually. This +4 is not happening, but that's really interesting how we got a +9 and a +8 done in time, and this +4 is just gonna be where we die. Unless you need leather drops with bad secondary stats. Hey, I need leather drops of any kind. Right now, primary stat would just help me out with my stagger a little bit more, so that's also going to be a big bump up for me. Remember, item level 342. I don't my average item level is basically Mythic 0, right? I also can't wait for 8.1 when your Champions of Azeroth reputation is shared, is account wide. That's going to be really nice. Because then I'll be able to actually, I don't have to worry about it. Because right now, I'm already not grinding Champions of Azeroth reputation on anyone other than my Prot warrior. So, it'll be a nice bump up when we get that for all of my other tunes. I was promised Prot gameplay. Yeah, man, there's definitely Prot gameplay for the first major portion of the stream. I'm telling you, the first 2.5 hours, all Prot. It was 1 rip key and 2 successful keys. The 1 rip key was a Atal the Gore, and then we did a successful Atal Dazar and a successful I can't remember the 8 anymore. I just blanking out. Motherlode. Yes. Ran some good keys today. Alright, let me just run into the efflorescence. Just help out a little bit. We had fun last night in raid, cleared normal, started heroic, so we will be done with normal in less than 2 weeks. We're just gonna start farming heroic. Nice. Yeah, this week was our first week as well where we stopped farming normal. We've been farming normal 1 day of the week, and then the second day of the week was, let's see how far we can push into heroic with a 3-hour raid window. So yesterday was the first time that we just, you know, all week is going to be heroic. So we actually got heroic Zul down. Healer's dead. That's not good. But yeah, we got heroic Zul down, and so now it's just full on push. Full on push to heroic till we finish it. Clearing normal and doing heroic in our raid night is worth the effort. Yeah. Yeah, if people need the gear, full clear of normal shouldn't take too long once you get it down. Like, once you've established who does what in your guild, and this pull is gonna suck. I do have Fortifying Brew, though. Let's go. Alright, let's just pop Fortifying Brew right now. This is when the most amount of damage is going to go out. Let's interrupt that repair that went out. Oh god, oh god, oh god, everything hurts. Why does everything hurt so much? Overcharge. Let me interrupt that. Let me pop a Zen Med and try to do that charge shot damage that's coming in. Come on. Nice. I was hoping that I wasn't going to get like the technician meleeing me or anything like that. And I didn't while I popped Zen Med. I was very, very happy for that. Charge shot. I've got my ISB up. Let me just try to help the healer. Purify a little bit. Vivify a little bit. Just trying to do everything in the book to survive this. The charge shots are going to be what is going to be killing me right now. There it is. There's a stagger kill. 3 stacks of bolster on this guy. Maybe they can get him down. There it is. A fresh new revive. We got this now. Healer did go down though, so also doesn't help in the trying to survive having no healer category. Do you have 6 in that group? No, we have 5 and a pet, and that's the warlock pet. The rip gods were not pleased with all the successful runs, which is why we're ripping the hell out of this key. The people doing 8s and 9s are more organized and capable. Yeah, I agree, Brian. I agree. Do you think it's worth to level your 100 blood decay on Horde? The bad thing is that you main Alliance. Adventure Night, what I will tell you is that when Legion started, I was in Alliance on my warrior, and Hooves actually in the YouTube chat. I know you're over on Twitch, but Hooves actually was playing Horde, and he sent me a screenshot of his LFG and how populated it looked. And I can tell you that honestly, there is a big difference between pugging content. So if you don't run with a guild, if all you do is pug, there is a big difference between pugging on Horde and than there is on Alliance. There are more groups and higher level groups on Horde than there are on Alliance, and it could change depending on your personal experience. Like if you run with a guild or something like that, then running with a guild is always going to be the most efficient. But if you do pug a lot, then it's definitely going to be better for you to run as Horde. So is it worth your time? I think so, especially if you pug. I got down to 0% there. Everybody's dying. If you see, like, everybody's like at no percent. I don't. Healer still has decent mana too. Yeah, this, I don't know. I don't know about this. But yeah, as far as you going Horde and maining Alliance at the moment, if you run a lot of LFG content, if you pug a lot, I can say that the change will be substantial and you will feel it. Like you'll instantly be able to tell that there's more groups and higher key groups as well. Just more people. Maybe they invest more average time, whatever it might be. It's just higher gear averages on those groups and also more of them. So yeah, I would suggest it, to be honest with you. They B-res me, but I think everybody's gonna die still. The healer got down to like 2%. Alright, I don't think these ads are going to die in any decent amount of time. I just see the healer running around everywhere over there, shapeshifted and running the drill smash around. There's a drill smash right here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Run him into the thing right here. Did we get it? We did. Okay. Last one over here. We can just like spam Vivify. Wait, how come he's not? He was in that AoE. He's in that AoE again. There it is. Alright. You should check healing received. Here. Healing taken. Yeah, I'm definitely not on the list of healing taken. Oh, there it is. I was second in line for healing taken. Alright. Let's 3-man this guy. So the Boombas are gonna go out. Okay, I just need to hide in this corner. Come on. Come on, guy. Oh, healer's dead. Healer's that. There it is. Healer's dead. Do you guys think we can do this without a healer? I don't think so. I think it's going to be really tough to survive everything. If there's another class that also does not have good self-healing besides a warrior, it is most definitely a monk. A brewmaster monk. Just not a whole lot of self-healing. This is not, let's eat a warlock cookie, but yeah, this is not going to end well. Is the other guy? Yeah, the other guy's dead. Okay. Yay, rip key. Oh man. Okay, let's just run over there. Run back into place. Pugging is rough here on the Alliance. You do? Yeah. So if you pug a lot, Adventure Night, I do suggest going Horde, to be honest. Give it a shot. Like if you can always race change your blood decay back to Alliance if you really want to, but I do suggest trying out Horde and seeing how that is. The roster boss is the toughest boss, but good job, dude. Yeah. NA Prot Warrior and NA Monk. Ouch, guys. You know, I have feelings sometimes too. Alright, let's run in here. Let's get this guy done. Come on. There's somebody explaining the boss mechanics of the groups now. It's like, alright, when he has the yellow bubble and he's up in the air, this is what we need to do. Gatling gun is about to go out. Get him into his corner where the Boombas won't affect him. Alright. Hey, nobody got hit by that carpet bomb. That's cool. You just realize it's Thursday morning. It feels like Saturday. Coming into summer in Australia misses your body. Oh, yeah. You guys are getting into summer right now. Definitely going to feel very different. This might hurt with the carpet bombing. There it is. We found a good spot. Somebody still got hurt. We already lost one person as well. I'm not quite sure what took out that one person. Honestly, I don't. There's not too many. Most of the mechanics here are avoidable besides the homing missile. And the homing missile should not be taking you out like that. So I'm not quite sure what took him out. But someone is dead. Yeah, someone's dead already. It's what happens. Where's the other Boomba? Okay. Let's walk over this way. There's a Gatling gun. I don't want to get hit by the carpet bombing. I'm just going to chill out over here. And we've got some ads here. Alright, so let's stand on top of these guys. Azrai Heartseeker, here you go. Interrupt that. Get off of me. Don't seek my heart. Stop it. And again. Alright, so we already got 2 of the pillars down, right? So this is the last one here. And it's on me. No pressure. When does he start moving to me? There it is. Oh, we missed the other one? That kind of sucks. That does kind of suck. Is it on me? No, it's on someone else. Hopefully we get it. What is my item level on my monk? Psychopath. It is 342. He's freaking out. You bet he dropped a golden egg roll in his path. What? What are you talking about, Brian? What is a golden egg roll? And who drops that? What is a golden egg roll and where can I get one? So we're gonna have Gatling gun going out right now as well. There it is. Let's do a little bit of self-healing. Is the gear of the healer broken? I legitimately don't know. Maybe. We have wiped a lot. This run has had a lot of wipes. A lot. I'm just gonna run through the Gatling gun right here because we do have the carpet bombing happening over there. I think some people got hit by that carpet bombing. And we're gonna be able to kill the boss one day. Okay, I'll have to reposition. I thought maybe we could get him before we have to reposition. Oh, we're good, we're good. We can just keep him here. There it is. Boss down. We did it, guys. We did it. It was a rip key. Did I get an actual upgrade? Oh, 25 item level upgrade. Oh, it feels good. It feels good. Instantly equip that and get out of here. Let's take it right out of here. What's up, Eric? How you doing? You can barely find a 10 on Alliance Adventure. Yeah, I think Horde would be more helpful for you. Instantly. Hey, do you need that? Do you need that? You know you're gonna get a chance to try it without a healer. If they add a little bit of self-sustain on a Prot Warrior, I would be really, really interested to try to do mythics and like mythic pluses by myself. Like just me by myself. I can put out the damage with Avatar, but having no healing makes it so that all I do is slowly die, right? But I would be really interested in trying to solo current content on my Prot Warrior. Oh, sorry about that. If I was allowed to self-heal a little bit. So hopefully we get a little bit of self-healing. This is what you came for, a whole lot of rip? That was a whole lot of rip. That was a lot of rip. The healer spends most of his active time running around. Oh, man. Hello, this is Adventure Night from Twitch on YouTube. Oh, what's up, man? Poggers, dude. Run away now, fast! The Sport Pod trinket from Underout is a great trinket for you as a BM. You run that. I wish I had one. I don't brewmaster enough, to be completely honest with you. You got yelled at in a +6 shrine. No, what is? Oh, the Temple of Sethralis, TOS, SOT, because you couldn't tank the Storm Elemental. Oh, Shrine of the Storm. You couldn't tank the Storm Elemental. Hey, Time, my suggestion to you on that Elemental is to don't use any shield block, but throw everything into an Ignore Pain. And let me run to a training dummy to show you something. Ignore Pain only stacks up to 1.3 times. So depending on what your current Ignore Pain is, you also, if you want like my weak auras, because I'm gonna show you my my weak auras and how I track my Ignore Pain, but you want to maximize your Ignore Pain for that Storm Elemental because you can do it. You can absolutely do it. The key increases. It's harder for tanks to keep aggros. Don't worry. Hey, Time. Oh yeah. Oh, as the keys go up, yeah. This week's with Skittish. Skittish isn't too terrible as long as you're not on a bear. I have yet to try a bear in the current state of 120. I did try them in the beta, and they weren't bad, but definitely their threat was a little bit lacking. And that on a Skittish week, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it a lot. It was Shrine. Plot twist: the heal had like less than 10k HPS, and you were the last one standing in the group. Oh, yeah. See, I thought you were just having issues surviving the Storm Elemental in general. I thought that's what you were having issues with. So let me get to this dummy and show you guys. I linked my weak auras again right now, and you can find these weak auras because since Ignore Pain only stacks up to 1.3 times, let me get enough rage for 2 Ignore Pains here. So 80 rage. Okay, so 1 Ignore Rage for me is 30k. So if I double stack it, stacking an extra 30%, it should be about 40k, and that's it. It's not going to be able to stack more. If I pop another Ignore Pain, it's still 40k. Just a very even 40k. That's actually really weird. 39,980. Okay, so if you are doing like the elemental and you are having trouble surviving as a Prot Warrior, something that has a lot of magic damage, you want to use your Ignore Pain and you want to know your tank. Like, your Ignore Pain is dependent on your strength, your primary stat. So depending on your gear, the size of your Ignore Pain is going to change. So you can download my weak auras, and the nuke weak aura is going to be the one that tracks it. And so let's say you're doing that Storm Elemental, you pop your bubble, 30k. It goes down to 10k. At that point, when it gets nuked down to 10k, that's when you can pop a new one without overstacking. So keeping track of your Ignore Pain, knowing how much your warrior has for an Ignore Pain right now, it's very, very, very valuable. So I highly suggest keeping track of your Ignore Pain amounts and knowing how much you currently do for Ignore Pain. When you're doing Vectis and you take your 2 stacks of Evolving Affliction and you're no longer active tanking, the only way to reduce that Evolving Affliction damage is by Ignore Pain. So all you do is, you Ignore Pain, you run out, you charge back in for extra rage, you Shield Slam. You can also do Shield Wall. That is one other way. But yeah, there's few ways of reducing that damage when you are running Zekvos, for that second Void Lash, you probably don't have Spell Reflect up. You should have used Spell Reflect up for the first one. Second one, Ignore Pain. When you have the debuffs of Zul Reborn, the bleed debuffs on you, and you're no longer active tanking, you have to run to an edge, the best thing you can do is try to maximize your rage and spam Ignore Pain to survive that. So there's definitely a place for Ignore Pain. It's not where it should be, and Ignore Pain is not necessarily fluid. I think that's the best word. It's not fluid at all, but Ignore Pain is definitely one of those things that you can still use in your kit to your advantage, and you can still use it and it still provides a lot of mitigation. Prot warriors are just bad. So there was a hat time, there was a group that I ran with, I think it was last week, where I tried to join a +9 group, and then the group was like, wait, you're a Prot warrior, are you even good? Have you ever done a +10? And I was like, yeah, you can check my Raider IO if you want. And then he was like, okay, went to go check my Raider IO, and then he was like, all right, I'll accept you, but Prot warriors are pretty bad, right? And then we did the +9 key in time. So you're still gonna get people that tell you Prot warriors are bad, but there's a way to knock it out. There was this guy I was seeing today. There was so Brendan here told me about this guy. Let me load him up here. Brendan told me about this guy, and this guy is a beast on his warrior. Where is it? Oh no. Okay, so Blizzard's dying. There's this Prot warrior. I can tell you guys next stream if you guys remind me. He's 7 out of 8 Mythic right now. Like, it's completely possible to do that content on a Prot warrior, to do that end game content. It's not the best, and if you took the same amount of time, invested it on becoming a really good monk, you could probably get further or have it be better. Sense, yes, hey time, Sense, that's what I'm talking about. Brendan mentioned him to me yesterday. But yeah, like, you can make Prot warriors work, you know. This is not a sign of a tank that's completely broken, right? This still works. It's not fun, it's not fluid, the toolkit is not what it should be, but it still works. You can make it work. You would play your warrior if they scaled IP absorb correctly. Yeah, the IP absorb is definitely a little bit small, but the thing is, it also helps us mitigate that magic damage a little bit more. If they reduce the rage cost of Ignore Pain to 30, I think it'd be a little bit better. But they can either make Ignore Pain bigger or make it cost less rage. If they made Ignore Pain 20 or 30 rage, kept it on the global, I mean, still on the global is not something I enjoy, right? But if they either made it scale higher, it could work. But if they made it scale too high, then we're gonna have the best magic mitigation in the game. That's too much. So what they can do is actually tune back the rage scaling on it and make it less rage, tune up the make it less rage, but still the same scale that it currently has right now. A few things that they can do. He's an absolute monster. I had no idea about him, so I learned about him less than 12 hours ago. It was like 2 a.m. and I was talking to Brendan, and he let me know. So I need to watch some of his runs. Tanks and heals are always getting yelled at for doing their job. Yes, Eric. Yes, they are. 40 rage for such a small gain. Yeah. 40 rage on the global, no less. It's an Orc DK. Is an Orc DK a good race or no? Yeah, an Orc is fine. Orc, Blood Elf, or Magheart Orc. I think those are three. Actually, Troll too. The Troll buff is really good. It's like a, I don't want to call it a self-lust, but it's, you know, in that area as far as racials go. So Troll, Orc, Magheart, and Blood Elf, I think, are your best races if you want to go DK and have your race impact you. And like Rhett said, it doesn't matter too much. It's not the biggest impact, but if you do want your race to have an impact and to matter, I think those are the better ones. It's all based on what BS you want to deal with when playing. Yes, it is. You love your Prot warrior, you just have to be better. When we get buff, we're going to be good and viable. Yes, there was a blue post saying that they're going to buff us. The PTR has had our mastery removed. So I think that our mastery was our strongest point, and it was a little too overpowered. So if they got rid of our mastery right now, if they replace it with like the Manaroth effect, like if they get rid of our current mastery critical block and make our mastery the Manaroth effect, or make our mastery like if you thunderclap, you reduce incoming damage, kind of like what Prot paladins have. Prot paladins have, if you stand and consecrate, you reduce all incoming damage. So for Prot warriors, if you thunderclap, you can reduce incoming damage as long as you maintain a debuff on someone. Little things like that. Can a Maghar be DK? Oh, you're right, Adam. Maghar cannot be DK. You're right. Allied races can't be hero classes. Sorry about that. Thanks for the stream, dude. Yeah, no problem, Brendan. Can I comment on one of his runs? What do you mean? I haven't actually seen any of his videos. Brendan, I was watching Brendan. So Brendan's also streams, and so Brendan was streaming, and he's in Australia, so his time zone is very different from mine. So it was like 2 a.m. and he was like, "Oh, hey, check this guy out." I loaded up his YouTube channel, but I legitimately haven't looked at anything when it comes to Sense. I have his YouTube channel open, and that's about it. So I need to take a look. I just saw that he has a bunch of like 14, 13 on time. Like he does really high keys on time. Your DK is a Night Elf, no Mohawk either. You're not a Night Elf Mohawk? Did you get nerfed, Brian? What happened? Alright, guys. That is going to do it for today's live stream. I want to thank you all for joining me. We had some good keys. We had some bad keys. Oh, God. I didn't label the Motherlode +4. I would say 2 hours and 15 minutes to 3 hours, maybe. Spam numbers keep calling. Actually, is that a spam number? I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Alright, guys, that is going to do it for today's live stream. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm going to be live again on Friday. So if you guys want to stop by again and come hang out, I'm going to be doing islands as well. Also, thanks for the donation today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Shout out to all the sponsors and patrons and everybody who's out here. I really, really do appreciate you all for stopping by and making this stream very entertaining, and keep chatting with me. What's his YouTube? If you Google Sense, you can. It just says Sense and Nerfed. His guild is NUR Nerfed. Yeah, Sense Nerfed. All right, somebody wrote it out. Thinking about switching your DK tank to Horde. Alliance Book has just been non-serious and toxic. Yeah. Adam, give it a shot, man. Give it a shot. An easy way to do it, Adam, if you really want to not pay the money, make a Demon Hunter on Horde. They start off at level 98 and level to 120, and try a few really low level keys and see how that goes. And then you can invest time and money into your DK tank. Have a good one. Yeah, I'll see you guys all later. I really do appreciate you all stopping by and chatting with me and keeping the chat alive. It helps. It definitely helps out, and that's why I do the streaming, to chat with you guys and to keep it all, to answer all your questions and any advice you guys have. So I will see you all on Friday for some islands and some more rib keys. All right, guys. See you then.